Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone? Well, sometimes you can't control what the camera does. We're a little late. It's not too bad. It's a Friday afternoon. It's okay. It's all good. Hey, everyone. How's it going? So, I've got some fun stuff planned for you all. Welcome to the Galloping Ghost recap. And before I start talking about the trip and start bringing on the guests, I actually put together a few fun little videos for you all to watch. So I know you all have been waiting. So I'll fire up the first one. I'm just reading the chat. How's it going, everyone? And before I start talking about the trip and start bringing on the guests, I actually put together a few fun little videos for you all to watch. Where's that coming from? So I know. Oh, there it is. Okay, there you go. Get out of here. Double mark. Okay, cool. Let's start the first one. 3, 2, 1. Let's do it.
All right, Internet. Here we are. Galloping Ghost Arcade. All the way in Chicago. Look at this. First time coming through the door. No food or drink, no Coke Zeros allowed. Bummer. All right, let's see what it's like inside.
My name is EC2151. You may know me from my previous appearances on Shmup Slam, but I'm here to say you are watching the Electric Underground, the only place for all arcade, hardcore gaming discussion on YouTube. Why haven't you subscribed today?
That is a professional level plug right there. Cool. Have you played this before?
No.
So it's like a fighting game.
Yeah, but you're like right in each other's faces like second.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I didn't catch the name.
Sega Coliseum. That's wild.
No fireballs, so just that next time.
looking for information about video games, I'm looking for two things. I'm looking for rich, dense gameplay, and I'm looking for rich, dense commentary. And the only place that I can find that is the Electric Underground on YouTube. So subscribe today and get the best of both worlds.
Hello, stream. Did you all enjoy that? Fun times, right? I know. Awesome stuff, guys. This is awesome. All right, so I actually have one more little video for you all. So one more, and then I might do a little comment. I will run through it, and then I'll do a little commentary on it, and then we'll get to the guests and to talking about the trip with everyone, which would be really fun. So here we go. Stay tuned. This might start a little loud, just to warn you all. Hopefully not. Here we go. You guys can hear the cicadas at first.
has no faces though, so all your bombs count.
Yeah.
No breaks. Didn't you start time? Yeah. Damn right above this shit.
Yeah, fuck this.
Only
Yeah.
in there with the whole setup. There you go. Not bad.
Nice. Hey, I was so fast. I forgot how fast this shit is.
Dude, you're doing it the proper way.
Yeah, I do it right.
Oh,
Like mine.
you got it. You got it.
Hey,
Hey, nice.
you did it. He still has his smoke bread.
Yes, my license
One all.
is still valid.
1 all.
All right, let's go get some world record dude.
All right, yeah, I think I can.
Now there you go. Come on, dude.
Yeah, where is this game?
So this is Galloping Ghost here for the Electric Underground Meetup, and this is what trying to find the game is like. It's very difficult.
This game is weird as fuck.
Hell yeah, let's go.
I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm actually going to run that back one more time, but this time I'm going to provide a little bit of commentary over the footage to tell you all, to give you guys a little bit of context on it, because I thought that'd be kind of fun. So here we go. Let me turn it down a bit. We're going to run that back. Yeah, Joe wasn't in that final picture. Joe was there the whole weekend, but that final picture he wasn't in there because he was at the Art Institute. So I was like, where's Joe? Well, let's show where he is. He's at the Art Institute. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to run that back and kind of just give you guys a little bit of commentary. I thought that'd be kind of fun. So let me get restarted and let's see here. Go, baby, go. Play, you bastard. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is how you do it. Okay, here we go. So these are the cicadas. They were so damn loud that it was impossible to like record anything outside. It sounded like a Japanese anime. You just hear cicadas constantly. So this beginning little arcade section here is by a guy named Joel. This is his personal arcade. SDOJ right there. And it is like amazingly well maintained. That Japanese lever right there, the one I'm using on SDOJ, is like one of the best Japanese levers I've ever used. It was like this custom build that he made with some kind of steel actuators or stuff like that. He was going to send me the build of what it was, but his home arcade was really clean. He had so much stuff, and like all the equipment was really nice. The monitors were ultra bright and beautiful. So it's like an alternative to Galloping Ghost in terms of like if you wanted to play it for real, his home arcade was the real deal. So then we got various footage. Here's the dead Gigawing 2 machine. I know EC was not thrilled about that. Neither was Palrog. And then we have Dr. Tan playing Guwange. He was grinding Guwange for real all weekend. He was going hard on that machine. And then you're going to see a lot of various shots of me playing Donanpachi. Oh, let me turn down the music a bit. You're going to see a lot of various shots of me playing Donanpachi because as much as I got like paralysis, there were so many machines that it got kind of overwhelming. And the Donanpachi machine had a auto fire button, and it worked pretty for the most part. And then also I was like, well, if people want to find me, like if I went and played Dolphin Blue in the back, no one would ever be able to find me. So I was like, I need to be somewhere people will know where I am. Where would that be? Ah, yes, the Donanpachi machine. So I was really enjoying playing Donanpachi again, and I played it a lot over the weekend. So a lot of the shots you're going to see me sitting and playing Donanpachi. I got a 3 1-alls. Of course, I didn't get a 2-all. That'd be insane. And I didn't get a second loop entry either because a little rusty, but it could have happened. But I didn't want to sit there and grind Donanpachi too much. But you'll see little bits of me playing Donanpachi throughout the footage. Luckily, I was able to get the 1-all when everyone was watching me so I could keep my shmup license, not be expelled from the world of shmups. So that was a fun time. And if I'm wearing a white shirt, it's day 2. If I'm wearing a black shirt, it's day 1. This jacket here, Radical's jacket, is insane. It's like this special limited cave thing, like cave event jacket with Donanpachi reversible. I mean, it's like the coolest jacket ever. There's a picture of me wearing it later. But yeah, I would only wear that jacket for the course of like 30 seconds because it seems super valuable and super nice. So, but I was glad to have a picture in it. And then the footage, they had a lot of like crazy machines that I've never even heard of before. Like there's this Castlevania one you're seeing here where you whip with like this little Wiimote thing. It's kind of cool. There's EC playing Ray Crisis. He got the world record in Ray Crisis while he was there. And I think Ray Storm as well. He got 2 of them. So I think it was Ray Crisis, Ray Storm. Lucky and Wild Machine. Love that arcade cabinet. And then we've got the unfortunate tale of Mishihime-sama, where technically the machine worked, but the screen was so dark it was invisible, basically. And then there's everyone wearing their Electric Underground shirts, which is pretty cool to see. I did not tell people to do that, by the way. Whenever people like do stuff like that, it's like super cool, but I don't want it to seem like I'm like, memo, everyone wear your Electric Underground shirts or whatever. So I think it's cool when people do that sort of stuff organically, all on their own, without me telling them to do stuff. Like EC's plugs in the last video. He just did those. I walked over to him with the camera. He just started doing them. It was funny. There's me and Cat Pat. Yes, it's kind of a meme that day 2 I'm wearing this big ass coat throughout some of the pictures. But that's because it's raining outside. But, you know, with pictures, the rain doesn't really show up super well. So it just looks like I'm wandering around with this big old coat on. But what I had to do is when I got in the arcade, I went and hid my coat behind the afterburner machine. So I didn't wear it all day long, but I had it in me in the outside pictures. There's me wearing the coveted cave jacket. Look at that. This is like legit jacket. It's a real thing. Cave made. Here's a website thing about it. I think the other one on the right, the one with the B on the back, I think that one was in Spain. I remember a player wearing that one in Spain. So I've encountered both of these jackets. They found me. I found one in Spain, found the other one in Chicago. It's pretty cool. Oh, so it's the same jacket. So I encountered, okay, one guy was wearing it one way, one guy was wearing it the other way. So I encountered both sides of the jacket. That's cool. Someone was telling me it was reversible in the voice chat. And then here's B-Storm. Oh, I forgot to, I kind of showed it a little bit, but B-Storm and Dodonpachi, there was a switch where if you went down and switched it, you could actually switch the cabinet between them. So I did play a little B-Storm as well. You see the Eric Pearl. Pearl wasn't there, but we found him. We found his records. Here's us eating deep dish pizza. Very good stuff. No Coke Zero to be found. There's a chronicle throughout the weekend with me, every restaurant, I'm asking for Coke Zero, and they're like, no. No, get that shit out of here. So I had to drink Diet Pepsi. There's Para playing Silent Scope, which is a really, really cool light gun game. And it's actually pretty challenging, where you have to actually look through the scope for the actual precise shots. You can't just look at the screen. I thought that was like a hack. Oh, I'll just look at the screen, forget the scope. But no, you actually do need to use the scope to hit the precise shots. So it's a really fun game. I wish I had a cabinet or like that around here, because this is the type of game, how do you emulate Silent Scope? It's impossible, so these are the types of machines. I think Galloping Ghost really shines with these types of machines, like stuff that's literally impossible to emulate because you need a sniper rifle to do so. There's Para right there. He's a really cool guy. He's a fighting game player and an arcade player. He came all the way out from Texas by himself, which was really cool. And I didn't really get him in any of the background footage, so I want to make sure to show a picture of him. Here's me wrestling the arm wrestling machine. I did not intentionally leave out Joe's version, so look at me here. I'm like, I'm getting it. I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. And then Joe comes in, and literally, it's like he's shutting a door. He just goes, whoop. Made us all look bad. No one he did it so fast, no one could record him, though. So, yeah, that's what you get, Joe. That's what you get for being so strong. And then here's Visibly Shaken. I did not know Visibly Shaken and Wabby were twins. I did not know this. So they appeared, and I was like, wait a minute. You guys look a lot alike. So they're really cool. And they could do like the twin tag team. Like one twin comes in, then the other twin comes to finish the job. So that's Wabby here. And then there's Screech. He's helped me with a lot of the Shmup Slams, and he helped me a lot with this trip as well. He's like the second in command of Shmup Slam, basically. It helps me with a lot of stuff and logistics and all that, so shoutouts to Screech. Here's the Shmup Slam 6 crew shirt. So basically the story is that all the guys from Shmup Slam 6, pretty much, came to the Chicago event. Not every single person, but a lot of them did, and we all stayed together in Airbnb, so we made this shirt that signifies our brotherhood status as surviving Shmup Slam 6, basically. There's me eating at this, what was it? Serbian restaurant. And I had the brilliant idea of ordering pizza at this Serbian restaurant, which was all right, but I probably should have ordered some real Serbian food. And then this is me receiving my very first piece of fan art of all time. And I could not think of a more fitting example of fan art for me. It's really funny. EC has a great sense of humor. So EC drew this for me, and I do have it. He wondered if it was going to survive the trip home. It did. I protected it. Now it's sitting nicely in my studio here. So, yes, I would not let my first bit of fan art be lost in the luggage or whatever, Delta Airlines. So this footage is from Eric Hell, and it's him and his friend. I remember. Nita, I think it's I have it. Hold on. I have it in my notes. Nichibro, of course. It's Nichibro. Sometimes it got a little confusing because people would dual nature, where they would come in and introduce themselves with their real name and then their username, and you get them confused. It's Nichibro. I remember now. Yeah, so they were really cool. And I think they're in the chat here. We'll all talk to them in a second. And then here's Para and pals, me and a lot of the other guys at the bar down the road from Galloping Ghost. And Para brought his Switch with DOJ. And so we were sitting there at the bar and playing DOJ with the tiny little Joy-Cons. It was the Joy-Con challenge. and I'm happy to say I defeated Wabby in the Joy-Con challenge, just barely though, just by the skin of my teeth. And then I wanted to show this. So in that final picture there, there was a notable admission, which was Joe, because Joe was at an art gallery. So I thought, well, let's see where Joe was. He was at an art gallery. So here's some of his pictures of his visit at the art gallery. That second picture there, the group photo, the one that's used for the thumbnail though, that is not everyone who came to the event. There's actually quite a bit more people who came. It just happened, that group photo was us at the Serbian restaurant together. So that was just everyone who went and ate Serbian food. But there were more people throughout the weekend that I met and came in and out, and so unfortunately I could not capture a group photo of everyone. That would have been really cool. I probably should have organized something like that, but anyway. Okay, so chat, give me 1 second. I'm going to play the previous video just for a little bit while I set up the overlay with everyone. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Here we are. Galloping Ghost Arcade. All the way in Chicago. Look at this. First time coming through the door. No food or drink, no Coke Zeros allowed. Bummer. All right, let's see what it's like inside.
My name is EC2151. You may know me from my previous appearances on Shmup Slam. I'm here to say you're watching the Electric Underground, the only place for all arcade, hardcore gaming discussion on YouTube. Why haven't you subscribed today?
That is a professional level plug right there. Cool. Have you played this before?
No.
So it's like a fighting game.
Yeah, but you're like right in each other's faces like seconds.
That's super cool.
Yeah, I didn't catch the name.
Sega Coliseum. That's wild.
No fireballs, so just that could fine.
Let me turn on my microphone. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Joining me is CatPat on video, but there are more people in the call. So you all are live on air. Who we got here? Who we got in the chat?
Oh, let's take a look here.
Oh, what's up? I'm Radical.
Oh, okay,
Radical's here.
Game Boy Guru.
Game Boy Guru. And
We got Wabby Legs.
Wabby.
Hero Death.
Hero Death's here. Nice. Okay. Great. So the thing is, I'd show your all name, but streaming mode just makes you like a W or whatever. So freaking OBS. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's just annoying.
Yeah. And now it's gotten rid of OBS is fighting me because now it's gotten rid of CatPat. Hold on.
Yeah, it's all right.
There he is. He's back. All right, we're good. All righty. What a day. How's it going, everyone? How's it going, chat? All right, guys.
It's going pretty good today.
So
Going pretty good today, just on vacation.
yeah, let's hear from the panel. How was your guys' journey? How was your guys' trip? Let's start with... Well, let's start with CatPat. He's on video.
All right. Hey, so, I wonder how much I want to expose. I mean, I might as well, I guess.
Go ahead.
Originally, I think it was a few months ago, Mark said that he's going to be going to the Galloping Ghost arcade. And I'm like, oh, all right. Well, I started thinking about it a bit more, and I was like, maybe I can contact Mark, and maybe we can conduct an interview, and I can make a vlog-style video about me going to the Galloping Ghost arcade. Since I cover shmups, and Mark is the OG of that kind of stuff. Perfect opportunity. But originally, I didn't even communicate with Mark. I didn't even have any communication with Mark. It wasn't until a buddy of his, Nightwing, as he goes by, asked, hey, do you want to be on this not shmupperty
yes, our Jeopardy stream, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, well, might as well bring it up after post-credits of that. So talked to Mark. He was totally cool with that, which I appreciate immensely. So yeah, you guys can be looking forward towards a interview vlog style video.
It was really fun. It felt a little much to come all this way to talk to me. It felt a little much, but I was thrilled.
Well, the trip was it was 3 hours. It wasn't that bad. So
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Chicago is like Midwest kind of stuff. I'm in the Midwest, but not that close. But no, it was a good experience. It was a good experience for my cameraman. He's never been there. It's my second time there, and I'm sure we'll jump into it. But I like the Galloping Ghost arcade, but if you want that authentic Japanese experience, you're not going to get it there.
That's for sure. Awesome. Now, another guy here, I know he's got to head out soon. So who was it that needed to head out pretty quick? Because let's have you go. Oh, did he leave?
Oh, well, I mean, that was
Radical.
me.
Radical.
So...
Okay. So Radical, let me introduce you all to Radical. Radical is the guy with the sick Dodonpachi jacket. So, yeah. Let us know. What was... And you were in Spain. So you've been, like, traveling to shmup events everywhere.
Yeah, so, actually, I thought that this event was during the weekend of the Spain event. So that's why originally I didn't plan to go. But then I found out the week before that, like, oh yeah, I could go. So I managed to scrounge some money together, and I still had the travel bug. So yeah, came by, and I'm glad I did.
That was really fun.
And yeah,
have you been to Galloping Ghost
before?
It
was No, this was the first time, and I figured this was a good excuse as any to go.
What'd you think of the arcade? I have kind of a biased experience because I had so much fun meeting everyone and playing, and I come from Idaho where arcades are straight garbage, so I could see a lot of like fair critiques, but at the same time, my standards are low when it comes to like an American arcade. So what did you think?
I definitely appreciate for what it is. It's, I'd say it's more a museum, a retro game museum, rather than a serious arcade.
That's true.
I agree with that.
I say that as a snob because, you know, in Massachusetts we have Game Underground, which it's a very kind of community based arcade where all the machines are maintained by their owners. And I guess we also have round 1 as well. But yeah, just the sheer size and volume of Galloping Ghost, it's really hard to expect, everything to be working, everything to be perfect. Geez, if you read some of the comments on the chat, like how much does that place cost a month for electricity? Think of all the CRTs.
Oh my God!
The brightness.
Holy hell!
Yeah, it's insane.
And you guys saw
that
footage.
Place was cool.
But I want to also paint like a mental picture of it, because whenever people talk to me about Galloping Ghost before I went there, I always imagined in my head, I don't know about you guys, but I always imagined like a big warehouse full of cabinets, and they're kind of like lined up in rows in this big warehouse type of thing. I wouldn't describe it like that. Instead, what I would say is if you went to your local like crappy pizza shop, and they have that like arcade in the back corner of the crappy pizza shop, but imagine that arcade just kept going and going and going and just became like its own maze-like universe, because it is more like a pizza shop arcade that just never ends, because like the machines are like on top of each other, how close together they are, and like the walking space in between the rows of the arcade is like so it's like Walmart tiny, maybe even tinier than Walmart tiny aisles, and it's like so close together that if you're playing a cab and then someone's playing the cab across from you, you guys are like back to back Bad Boy style. I mean, you better be getting friendly
real quick.
Yeah, so there was a lot of leaning over machines when you're playing, and like trying to slither around people, and it's very easy to get kind of lost in there. Not in terms of like you're gonna get trapped and die, but in terms of you're like, where was the Pro Gear cabinet again, or like I saw like arcade or Die Hard arcade, where was that? And you could just go through rows. It's like it's somewhere around here. And the layout isn't totally... There's some organization to it, like here's a bunch of light gun machines, here's some vaguely associated machines, but the organization is pretty loose and fast and loose. Like you'll find like a Psycho cab just hanging out places, like, oh, here's what's the Psycho cab I found? Dragon Blaze. Here's just Dragon Blaze hanging out somewhere. All right, who else we got on call?
Cotton just made a move.
Who's next? This is like school. Who's next?
Raise your hands.
Wabby, you're going next. I'm calling on you.
Right. What do you want to know?
Okay, Wabby. Well, now Wabby is. I'll fix Cat Pat's overlay in a second here. What was your experience coming to the arcade? Because you're a beast of a player. You've played yourself some Dononpachi. You've played yourself a lot of these shmups. You're a serious shmup player. Beats me in the Kumites, damn you. So what was your experience like?
You know what? The best thing was Saturday night. Seeing the crowds show up, you saw families, you saw kids showing up. Sometimes it was just hard to move through the aisles, and that was kind of heartwarming. It's easy to forget that people enjoy these games. If you're stuck online, you see a lot of people like talk about them, but like to actually be there, you look to your left, you see Game Boy Guru trying to 1cc a shmup. You look to your right, you see EC getting high scores.
Yes, world records indeed, and not only high scored, world records, which was very impressive.
Yeah, so it's very heartwarming.
Yeah, I completely agree, because before I went to the Gap, this is why it's kind of tricky to evaluate this arcade, and I'm a tough critic. So like, if you ask me, hey, I want to play a shmup seriously, don't go there. There's like not a single machine there that you could play seriously. But in terms of its like overall upkeep and stuff, the amount of people going through that arcade actually shocked me, because I imagined what it would be is like a bunch of us old boomers in there, and like we're all like, yeah, I grew up with the arcade, and we're all like, kind of like a boutique, like you said, like an arcade museum, like a boutique sort of feel. But on Saturday, there were tons of families, tons of people weren't like super deep into the arcade world, and they're just there to have a fun time, and that was really nice. It was like, oh, this place actually gets like real person business. It's not just a boutique for attracting people from around the world type of thing. Like it has actual business. But go ahead, Webby. It's your time.
Oh, I know that's EC.
Oh, EC. All right. Actually, before we go to EC, is Visibly Shaken here?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you are. Okay, Visibly, you're next. Uh-oh, did we lose you? Uh-oh. Someone's lost connection. I hope it's not me. All right, in the meantime, EC.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Shaken, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
No,
go
he's
aid.
been talking. Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out. We couldn't hear anything.
Oh, EC's talking about the guy who was playing, what's that racing game? Initial D.
Initial D? Well, Initial D, I could never get on it. It was never unoccupied. That machine was probably the hottest machine at the arcade, or one of them. I kept walking by it like, okay, there was always someone on the Initial D machine.
Was that on Saturday or Friday?
Saturday. Friday,
me-
I could have gotten one.
I must have got there at a perfect spot because me and my cameraman were able to play that.
Yes, you were there earlier. So early, it's like after you left Saturday, it was swamped. It got completely flooded.
Yeah, it's the evening. Yeah.
Yeah, it got crazy. Shaken, are you still speaking? 'Cause I don't know if it's my connection or if I can't hear you.
He's not anymore.
No, I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. No, go ahead. Tell us about your experience, Visibly Shaken.
Yeah, I mean, to be frank, like, I actually didn't really want to go to the arcade or to the event. But,
man, your brother dragged you.
Yeah, he actually convinced me, like, no, we gotta go, we gotta go. I'm actually glad I did. Like, it's been years since I've been to, like, a real arcade, you know, like, yeah, it's like, it's like, and not like a pinball arcade or like a barcade, but like an actual real.
Or not like, what's that one arcade where they do like the fights, MMA fights? What's that called? There's that one place they do like MMA fights there, and then they have like some vague arcade relation. Fuck. Busters. Dave and Buster's. Stuff like that. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, like basically like that, or like there's one like a mom and pop one like 5 minutes from us. That's basically like that, and it's just like that's all there is out here.
Yeah.
And it's just, to go to a real one, let alone one that's so huge you get lost in it. You know, it's like a maze. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, like what Wabby was saying, like on Saturday, just seeing everybody like just like families, dates. Like all the people we were with.
Someone was there, you know, you could tell some guys were there with their girlfriends and they're like, older teenagers. That's pretty like a throwback. I can't imagine in high school being like, babe, we're going to the arcade, you know? So,
I know.
That's a Gen Z are bringing the arcade back into the dating world.
Well, I think it's what he was, I think it was Radical that said that earlier. Or I think that's the allure. I mean, it has so many arcades in there in general. It's kind of like a museum in a sense, but interactive. And I think with so many arcades out there, there's something that you're gonna find and like, despite it being old or not.
Right.
So.
I actually found myself just walking around, just looking at all the cabs, not even playing them, just looking at them.
Yeah, Shaken, what was your pick of the week? Like, what did you come across, especially because your brother dragged you there against your will? What was something you were like, oh, this is actually really cool, that like jumped out to you, machine-wise?
Like I like Rising games, shmups, so I was all like going straight to the all the Rising shmups, and they were all like separated. They weren't like in the shmup room. That was the most annoying thing. Like, and so I was playing. I'd go to one end of the arcade for back raid, and then I'd go to the complete opposite for 1944. And I was like, but yeah, it's like I was playing those, but then it was also fun. Like, you know, going to an arcade that size, just playing shmups is kind of a waste. you know, you'd want to play the light gun games. So like me and Wabby, we had a lot of fun playing those together.
Yes. Did you play Silent Scope?
No, we played
Oh,
the
that one's
alien
good.
one with the machine gun, like
Nice.
the mountain one. That was really cool.
Was that LA Machine Guns?
No, it was some alien one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. But you were talking about the Rising shmups. How disappointed were you when you saw Batsugun?
Batsugun.
Yeah, Batsugun was
Bat
there.
Rider.
Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Yes, Bat Rider, police action Bat Rider. Yeah,
The
that
Ultra
aspect
Narrow.
rate. Yeah,
The Ultra Narrow.
It didn't really bother me with the Bat Rider. I didn't notice
Well,
it as much as everyone else did.
that's funny. It's funny you should say that because you know, when I was playing Dodonpachi Daiojo just for a little bit, my button gave out, so like my laser stopped when I was holding it in. But I mean, there was other issues, of course, with like button placements and all that kind of stuff. So you had to like claw grip it. But despite all of that, like you guys kept on going anyway. Dr. Tan is. I
Yes.
first saw him playing Guange. I see him somewhere else later in the day, and I mean much later. He's back at it at Guange, claw grip and all. So it's the passion you guys have is nuts.
Yeah, so I'll fix your overlay in a second here. Cat Pat. I saw it. Who else does anyone have to leave soon? If anyone has to leave soon, I want to get you guys first. Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, cool. So then I'm going to call on Hero Death next. So I met Hero Death at the event, and Hero Death is from Canada. So what was your experience like?
It was awesome. I've never actually gotten the chance to go to an in-person arcade before. So it was a super cool time just playing a bunch of games I like playing at my house in person on real machines.
Yeah, and you were hanging out with me a bunch by the DDP and DOJ machine. You were playing a ton of DOJ. Was that kind of what you were mostly looking forward to? Your main kind of game, or
Yeah,
what game
that's
stood out to you, Hero?
Well, I pretty much spent the whole time just doing a couple of credits at DOJ, then going playing Garega for like an hour.
Yeah, what'd you think of the Grega machine?
I thought it was pretty good. Apparently, some people didn't like the stick, but I don't have enough experience to know whether or not it was actually good.
Do you normally play on arcades? What's your normal, like, do you play an arcade stick or pad or keyboard? What's your normal?
I play on an arcade stick.
Okay.
Like I have a Mayflash F500. But it's just stock. I don't really know anything about the parts and all that.
Yeah, I remember playing the different. It's like every machine you'd go to, you'd do like this sort of like a service check. You're like, okay, does the button work? Does this button work? Does this button work? Does the screen work? And then does the arcade stick work? And sometimes you'd be in the middle of the run and something would just fail. I remember that happened a number of times. Like, oh, the stick, Die Hard Arcade, it was halfway or a good way into a run, and my guy just stopped moving. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? I don't know. There was some weird stuff with the way the wiring must have been too, because I feel like on DDP on player 2, if you pressed multiple buttons at once, it would like screw up your stick inputs. So I had to play. We did a dual play. I think Hero Death, did we do one? I know.
Yeah, we did one.
Yeah, we did one. Right. So I had to use the rapid fire the entire time, because if I hit the laser button, it would like screw up my movement inputs. So I don't know how that exactly happened, but yeah, the double plays were my favorite thing of the week. As far as it's hard to find people in real life that play shmups, and I never really play shmups in a double play format. So having two people there playing together was really cool. And it was actually harder every time. It was way harder to play with two people than just to play solo mode.
It is a very strange experience dodging bullets aimed at two different people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say the double play is something that is definitely a unique experience that you don't ever think about. So, like, yeah, as you said, when you get two people who know the game and to play it, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was asking Mark about that in the car, on the car ride there. Like, you know, you always see everyone 1cc'ing stuff, but it would be crazy to see like a dual play. Like you guys would have to be like in sync, and
Yeah.
you'd almost like have to live with each other for like a month to get it right or something.
Yeah, I think so, because I did a number of double plays with really skilled players that are more skilled than myself. And the way it kind of worked is you could tell, okay, if we like really teamed up here and like really coordinated our movements and stuff, we would like obliterate this game together. Like me and Tan played Gwange together, and we both are pretty good at Gwange. He's a beast at Gwange these days. So we played together, and for a lot of the game, it was like, oh, we're really vibing, it's really working. But once you get kind of off route, and we're both like, what is happening? And there's just pure chaos on screen. That's when it gets hard. So you'd have to sort of develop not only like a route together, but like backup strats. Like if we get off route, okay, you bomb and I'll run over and hide behind you. Or it is funny how there's a lot of meta there that would be really hard to explore unless you had the person there with you in person.
Well, Mark, I did suggest we do a DDP 2 all together.
That would be fun. While we were there?
Not while there.
Yeah.
No way we can pull that off.
Yeah. That would be really fun. The way it would have to work is one of us would have to play the first loop solo mode so you can get entry into the second loop, and then the other one comes in as the assist in the second loop.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be really fun. Yeah, Discord's fighting with me in terms of the overlay, everyone. So we'll worry about that in a second.
It's totally fine.
Okay, so let's hear from EC. I see EC joined. EC was really fun over the weekend. He was our like guide to Chicago. He led us. Where do we go? What do we do? Where should we eat? All of that stuff. So how's it going, EC?
The chaperone.
He was our chaperone. Yeah. I don't know if he can hear me or not. Hold on a sec. I'm going to fix the overlay while we wait. Okay. Discord and their overlays. Maybe, you know what I should do is this way. Okay, that'll fix it. Okay, that'll fix it for good. I saw Drake joined.
Yes.
How's it going?
Good.
So, how was your weekend? How was your event?
It was great. I had a lot of fun at the arcade. It's actually the town I grew up in, where I was born and stuff. So it was really nice to visit it again. I live like, I don't know. Yeah, Brookfield. I live, like 40 minutes away now, but so I don't get there that often. But it's nice to go back. But I haven't lived there in like 30 years, so it's not like I know like where all the places to eat are anymore, because things have changed a lot. So I didn't have that inside information, but it's really nostalgic for me to go back there.
So as a local
go
to
ahead.
this arcade, I'm curious, like as a local to this arcade, is it kind of like after a month or two you're like, it is what it is, whatever? Or when you go there, you walk out of there thinking, hey, I should probably go there a little more often. I'm curious from a local's perspective how you kind of feel about the arcade.
I usually think I should go there more often when I go. It's been a while. I think it's been 2 years since the last time I went, and I'm planning on going again this weekend.
Nice.
So, yeah.
What's the machine that gets you out of the house? Like you wake up in the morning. For me, for a long time, it was Initial D because you can't emulate Initial D. Then I went to my local arcade, and the Initial D machine was gone. I was like, that's it. It's over. Do you have a machine like that at Galloping Ghost that pulls you out of bed and says, okay, you gotta come visit and pay the $25?
Well, I don't know, but every time I go, I always want to play Ghouls and Ghosts, even though I'm like not good at it at all. But I love that game. I played it on the Genesis back in the day, so I like going there and just like not even making it to the first boss because it's so hard. But
yeah,
it's just I can't resist. Every time I go, I got to play it at least once. So
yeah, and So I'm assuming there's definitely going to be no auto fire options or anything at the GG Galloping Ghost version. You're just
Right.
hammering. You're hammering those
Yeah.
knife throws or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So what was your favorite thing about the weekend? Did you come out and like for dinner and all that kind of stuff, or did you just stop by?
Yeah, I went to the dinner. I'm in the picture.
Yes,
I'm in
I
the.
thought so.
I'm wearing the yellow jacket.
Nice.
But I really enjoyed that place. I'd never been to there before, and the food there was great. I was really impressed with it, and I want to go back.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna go there tomorrow, or I mean Sunday when we go for Father's Day.
Oh, and didn't you have the Boss Pro Shmup hat?
Yes, that's the Boss Pro Shmup hat I'm wearing now.
That's one of my favorite bits of Shmup merch. That's Game Boy Guru's channel. He made a Bass Pro Shop is, I'm from Idaho, so I have actual Bass Pro Shop merchandise. So I saw that and was like, oh, that's cool.
Is that the one that has the Darius?
Yeah, it's the
fish
Darius
on it?
fish as a boss. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Where is Guru? I saw him earlier. Did he leave?
He said he had to leave because he was leaving work, so he had to get his proper setup at home.
Oh, okay. So we may
he's
see
rushing
him
home.
We may see him a little bit later. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I see KZ just joined. KZ, speak.
Yo, what's up?
So KZ, it's been, when was the last Shmup Slam you went to? 4 or was it 5?
It was the one, not the last one. I didn't go to the last one.
I know it wasn't
was the one
6.
before.
Yeah, so it was 5.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have all the numbers confused.
Oh, me too. Me too. I forget which one even's the first IRL one. I think it's 4. So how was your trip, KZ, all the way from the East Coast?
It was cool. Getting back was a lot worse because having to hop through 5 forms of public transit just to get to the airport sucked.
Oh yeah, definitely. I was lucky because I got a little bit of the VIP eCeleb experience because Joel picked me up from the arcade and took me to his picked me up from the airport and took me to his arcade, and then Screech stayed late on the very last night and drove me back to the Airbnb, and then I had to call an Uber. You guys don't know this story because by the time I got back at the Airbnb, it was 2 a.m, and my flight, I had to leave. I got back, I went downstairs, made sure not to hit my head on the support beams, and then then packing my stuff up in the dark, and then I went upstairs and I thought, okay, I'll just call myself an Uber, this will be no problem. But then I realized I don't have an Uber account, so then I had to hurriedly make an Uber account to make it to the airport, and it kept denying my ID. It's no, we don't know who you are, mother. So I barely made that flight, barely, and I didn't sleep. I just went right from the arcade, got an Uber, went to the airport, stood in security for an hour and a half, and barely made I sprint across the airport in my boots, sliding into the terminal. I'm I am not missing this flight at 3 a.m. or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Holy hell.
Is that on your return? That was on your
that was on my return.
Right?
That was on my return. It was kind of a little bit of a bummer because in Shmup Slam 6, I drove back home. So after the stream, we had this kind of everyone helped me gather up the stuff, and then we just kind of vibed for a few hours, and we're chilling, having a good time, talking to each other. And I really enjoyed that, and it felt like a nice proper send off. We'll see you all next time type of thing. With the Galloping Ghost one, I get back from the arcade. I'm okay, bye, and everyone's asleep, so I'm just okay, bye everyone, and then I'm just sneaking off like a one night stand. So it wasn't as it was it felt a little less. The ending felt a little abrupt, but it was still really really fun.
Yeah, I think that's probably people coming and going. You doing it for that full weekend probably helped out quite a bit.
Yes, that's true. Definitely. Yeah, and I could have just gone to sleep like everyone else. So maybe that was also it. I was just sleep deprived by 22 hours or whatever. Yeah. So I arrive home and just this blur. What happened? Did I really go to Chicago? Wait, did I just hallucinate this whole experience? That's kind of how it felt like. As I was sitting in my office the next day, What the hell happened?
Yeah, now you have to go back to work.
Oh my God, worst.
Yeah.
But now that I'm leaving work soon, it's kind of like senioritis. Now I walk into the office, I'm like, I don't give a shit. My phone rings, I'm like, why are you calling me? You know, that kind of shit.
Has it actually been decided?
Oh yeah,
Like-
September. September is the full time, and I'm leaving my
shit.
job next month and giving myself a month to prepare. Well, in 2 weeks. So and I'm giving myself.
Did you give your notice?
Yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Woo.
And here's the experience. You know, whenever I imagined becoming a full-time YouTuber, and I imagine the experience of like, you know, going in and being like, I've made it as a creative, and I don't need to be a wage slave anymore. You'd think like everyone would be like, oh, and you know, this whole dramatic thing. Here's the reaction of the company I work at. They're like, yeah, whatever. See ya.
Oh God. Oh.
It could not have been more anticlimactic. It could not have been. And then of course I was like, okay, have fun, bye. It's like,
Yeah.
fuck this.
I mean,
No
you're
counter
just-
offer.
that's company life, I guess.
Oh
You're
my
just
God.
you're just a what do you call it? Like
I'm just a cog in the machine. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
not-
say you're just like
I'm not fancy enough for them to
You're just-
counter offer. They're like, you're
just
doing
an-
us a
you're
favor.
just
Get
an
the hell out of
expense-
here.
You're just an expense on a balance sheet somewhere.
Exactly. Fuck that. So anyway, I'm really excited to be going full time. But let's not talk about me. Let's talk about your guys' trip. As EC, I really want to hear from EC because he was really fun and he set these world records. We need to hear from the world record holder, but I think he's just listening. So
World record.
Oh, he's here. He's
Yeah.
here.
Where's
he's here.
Plasma? Where's
He's
his,
here, but he's
yeah.
not speaking.
Where's Plasma? Where's his world record news?
Where's Plasma with the world record updates of EC's rate crisis?
We can hear him talk.
Yeah,
hold
no
on.
one's in the
Hold on. Okay, sorry, EC. Okay, go ahead.
Do you have a muted the entire time?
Yes, I had him
Oh,
muted
no.
because I muted him in Shmup Slam 6 and he's still muted.
Oh, wow.
God. Dude, come
He's
on.
punished
That was
from
months
Shmup Slam
ago.
6.
Yeah, I've been talking this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
now-
I was wondering that.
Now you
'cause,
need
like,
to just save up all of your words and say them now. Go.
Some of the words I have to say are actually not suitable for this.
Okay, that was probably
platform.
good you were muted right there.
I don't want you guys to know what I really think, but no, it was a great time. You know, as soon as I saw those little placard cards over the cabinets for Ray Storm and Ray Crisis, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I've gotten these scores by like stage 3. So I think if I spend, you know, a good 20 minutes or so, I could probably knock them out. And then like the first time I did it, I got lucky. I just beat both of them. I'm like, awesome. So what do I do now? And then I got worried that like I had to like they would like have to like be over my shoulder, like filming me like some type of like weird twin galaxies.
Yes,
you know,
I
be the
thought that would
referee
be that way
thing.
too. Yeah, especially.
I wondered-
Were you there,
wonder how
EC?
the mission works.
I can't remember if it was you or I think it was Tan actually. So the very first day we walked in, you might have been standing there and heard this. So Tan walks in, and he's like, "Hey, we're gonna set some records here," and the guy behind the counter is like, "Son, you're not setting any records. I mean, you think you're
he's like-
hot." Yeah, go ahead. What did he
No,
say?
he's like, you know, you think it's easy until the camera's on you, and then we'll
Yeah.
see how you really play. I'm like, okay,
Exactly.
buddy, give me my camera.
Yeah, well,
It's
you
like,
didn't.
yeah,
I
you
think you
you
guys
think you're
didn't
tough,
prepare for
but,
the
you know,
ultimate
he didn't
rank.
count on a bunch of crude dudes.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we prepared for the ultimate rank, which is like broken buttons and monitors and
Yeah.
sticks.
Speaking
yeah,
of
no kidding.
I think the handicap.
I was playing Best Smiles, and I was trying to do power up mode, which is like, you know, press both the left and right buttons, and it didn't work. So I literally like palmed my hand and banged on it like several times like a 5-year-old. Like, you know, these things. Those cabs are like, you know, they're all HAPS parts, so they're optimized not for like, you know, players, but for resistance to 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And I was basically stress testing them instead of like actually playing the game.
I will
Yes,
say,
last player acting like a child. What a shock.
yeah, I will say,
Yeah,
in
right.
defense of Galloping Ghost, I had a recent revelation, which was, you know, my arcades locally, they all suck. They barely function, right? And I always imagined, hey, if you just were like a really diligent, hardworking, caring arcade operator, you could put Japanese levers or Korean levers in and like take care of them and upkeep them. And that the reason why American arcades use American sticks is because they don't want to deal with that. That was my opinion for a long time. And then I got my son, he loves Pac-Man. So he was playing Pac-Man on my my arcade stick, my LS32. And he's just playing it, and he snapped the stick in literally 5 minutes. He's just like, I was like, okay. Wow. So, because when children play arcade games, they play it, they're not like even throwing a fit, they play it. They get so into it, their method, they get so into it that they like throw their body into every input. So it just.
That's how my sister plays games, man. She like whips her body around with the controller. It's very dangerous. But as you say that, it's not just children, because on Saturday when all of those people were there, when hundreds of people were there, these are teenagers, like people with their girlfriends, mothers with their kids, fathers, things like that, and they were all like, I could tell that these people were like mashing on the mashing on the buttons and mashing on the sticks. So no wonder there's so many broken things in there. People were just like gorilla smashing. And I saw this weird guy. Then I saw like this weirdo who was just like smashing the Death Smiles cab over and over again. It was very awkward. I'm like, no wonder these shmups don't work, man.
Yeah. What I was thinking about that stuff too is like, you have 1,000 cabs. I can't imagine how crazy maintenance is. And I thought, well, maybe if they had half, they could actually take care of that. And it's like, but that's not probably what they want. They want to be known as the place with all of these arcade cabinets.
Right.
So something's got to give. That's what I imagine, at least.
Yeah, and like the maintenance on that must be a total nightmare. Like a complete and total nightmare. The fighting the machines was definitely. It makes you feel like you're a real cyberpunk. You're one man against all the machines.
Setting world record after world record.
Yeah, no, but I will say this: the Ray Crisis and Ray Storm cabs, I mentioned it on the chat, but those were some of the best feeling shmup cabs I've played. There were some that were quite bad. The Sonic Wings cab felt very stiff, very awkward. Some of the other ones just felt unplayable. Like I said in the chat, I played about Radiant Silvergun for about 1 minute before I decided, I'm not wasting my time with this. Yeah, not playable is right, and I've turned into a six button purist for that game. If there's not 6 or 7 buttons,
I know. I was the same
Silvergun,
way.
I'm not bothering with that game.
Yeah, especially when you have to do the sword, because the sword's all 3, but you have to like incrementally swing the sword. It's not like you just press all. It's not a bomb. So there's times where you're trying to chain. You need to like get this tiny sword slice, but the buttons are way apart, and you have to like hand claw to get all 3 of them.
Yeah, I will say this. I felt like I was taking advantage of the place, because I knew from the Ray Crisis cabinet and from the M2 collection that you could put in certain, codes at the screen that would either unlock all the maps and like unlock different ships. So I'm like, you know what? These guys don't know anything about that. I'm just going to input these codes real quick, give myself an advantage. And hey, they didn't have any rules against it. But they're
on the official rule form, that was not included.
Yeah, it didn't say use unlock all maps code. So I felt perfectly justified in doing so.
Especially since their records exist in this alternate universe where they're the world records. So
it's like.
Didn't you know it's harder to make it out of stage 3 in Ray Crisis than it is to beat Imbachi in SDOJ?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, here's the funny thing. Speaking of high scores, one of my favorite memories is Dr. Tan at that Gowange cab.
Yes.
And he got all proud. He got his 20 million or whatever it was, 19 million. He went up to them. And he showed them the footage. And the guy's like looking at the high score table. Was like, I can't read this. What the hell is this? So he's like, he didn't get it added because he couldn't. Because the guy's like, this is all in Japanese. I don't know what these numbers are.
10 appeared. A wild 10 appeared. As you said his name.
We were just talking about you, bro. Nothing good, though.
Nothing good. Oh.
Yeah, say
Gowange how you were.
Say Gowange 3 times in a mirror and he'll appear.
Yeah.
You were talking about how you were robbed your world record.
Yes. So perfect segue. Tan appeared right when we spoke his name. So Tan was, so he was like the polar opposite of me. Like when I was there playing Donanpachi, I could not have been more laissez-faire about it. I was sitting there chatting with people, just throwing in credits, yada, yada, yada. Then every so often, I'd get around and kind of check this shmup room to see, okay, did new people come? Should I greet them? Every time I see there, I go in, Tan's at the Gwangge machine, just just attacking it, getting clears on a Galloping Ghost machine and all kinds of stuff. So,
speaking of...
I still am recovering from my hand. That cursed second button being the bomb button layout is brutal.
I actually liked it because I sort of play that way. I play with the cat's paw, I call it, where I do finger, middle finger, and thumb instead of the 3. So I was like, ooh. So I kind of liked it, but I knew if you play a normal cave layout, not a fun time. It did have auto fire though. It did have auto fire.
It did have auto cave layout, like middle finger for bomb button.
Yeah. The normal layout is index, shot, middle finger, bomb, and then ring finger for auto fire. And I always kind of struggle with that because my ring finger I don't have control over it. It just sits there. So I'm like, this
I
is
just find that like my middle finger will just twitch while I'm trying to move the other ones.
Yes, exactly. So tell us about your experience on the luxuriously blue Gwangge cabinet. While you're talking about it, I'll get footage. Okay, so we recreated the footage.
It's Gwangge blue label, right?
Yes.
We recreated footage.
Pseudo-cab footage.
Yes. Okay, so go ahead and talk, and I'll put that on screen.
Okay, I'm excited to see this.
You're the host now.
Oh man, I don't know if I can. Well, you know what? It wasn't that bad until stage 3.
Headphone warning, everyone. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, hold on. I can't. I don't know if I can actually see.
You can't see it because it's just on stream. I'm just showing them. I'm just showing them that you know how to play Gwangge.
Oh, okay, all right, cool.
You're a real player and all that good stuff.
Allegedly know how to play.
Allegedly. They're still getting Japanese translators in there to find out.
Yeah, I gave up checking to see if they updated that, but I don't think it's happening. I think I got screwed.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. That's messed up.
To be fair, it wasn't even that good of a score. It just was better than whoever was before. I came back and I did that recording for you, and that was already another 11 mil higher than that one anyway. So,
tell us. So, chat. Tan and I had a really fun Gwangge double play while we were there, and I think Gwangge is an awesome game to double play because you both get the shikis going, and you can kind of be like, oh, you cover here, I'll cover here, and you can watch and coordinate between the shots and stuff. I think it's one of the best double play shmups. But unfortunately, when we hit the graveyard stage, the overwhelming blue kicked in, and I was just swinging blindly. I couldn't see anything.
Well, because I don't think there was any green on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
to. It was either the red or the green, but yeah. The whole stage is just black and blue, and it's already a dark stage to begin with.
Yeah, I'm trying to recreate it with a filter. So go ahead and tell us.
Okay.
I recreate it.
You know what? The Mushi cab had nothing on, or this cab had nothing on the Mushi cab. Yeah.
When you see stream, you'll see it's pretty good creation. It's pretty good recreation of what it looks like.
Okay, I'm just waiting to catch up.
It's literally just nothing.
It's just
you cannot see anything.
I should make it darker though and add some blur. Then it'd be true. The true blue label. This isn't that.
Yes.
Fake blue label.
This is the real blue label.
I definitely found that there was one spot that I kept every single run I would get hit in the same spot because there was this one bullet that would blend in with their lack of color, and I would get nailed by it every time. And I was like,
okay, this is a really good recreation.
That's what it looks like.
This is what it looks like. Yeah. This is the true Galloping Ghost experience right here.
Yeah.
You just described my experience with the Mushi cab.
Yeah, tell us about. Did you guys do the blind challenge of Mushi? You guys said you're going to do that.
No, I don't think anyone ended up doing that.
What's the blind challenge of Mushi? Is it literally just play blindfolded?
Well, no, it was play with the cab as it was, which is essentially playing blind.
I actually did put a few credits into Mushi. It was really bad because I couldn't see. I was trying to do like there's like a safe spot on the stage 1 boss in Maniac, and it took me like 10 attempts to do it because I couldn't see where it was. So I had to just guess.
You know, you didn't have to put credits in the machine, dude. It was set to free play. You're just giving
Poor,
the money, man.
poor KZ dropping coins all weekend.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing it, hoping that maybe with the extra cash they'd fix it. They get that CRT.
Oh, he's tipping.
In.
He's tipping the arcade. That's how you tip the
coin
arcade. You
slot
put in
is
the
for the repair fund.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I was really impressed with Tan's dedication and focus at the event, and I felt a little sad that the Guangay machine was blue, but and that your world record has been denied you. Has been.
Yes, it's true.
We will start an internet campaign and change.org petitions to get this reversed.
My question is, how did they get the others? How did they get the other numbers on there then if they can't read them?
Well,
can't read the numbers. Like
every 5 years,
how did the other guys get there?
Every 5 years, a Japanese expert flies in and verifies the scores.
Yeah, and he reviews all of the last 5 years of plays.
Yes, that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean they did have like a TGM super player fly in. That's like that was the guy's name on like the world record card for like TGM. What was it?
TGM super guy. So, Tan, do you want to tell him about your about breakfast? I'm trying to decide whether we tell him about these little boring anecdotes about our trip.
Where I tried to get alcohol at 9:45 in the morning.
Yes.
Apparently a social faux pas in the United States.
Yes.
I told you about that, dude, and even the waitress looked at you like you were a weirdo.
Well, I'm like, who doesn't have a Spanish coffee in the morning, or like just some Kahlua, some Amarillo, some
Spanish.
Bailey.
Well, I
dude.
sympathized with you. I sympathized with you because I kept trying to get Coke Zeros and they were denying me.
Oh, but did you get charged for those Coke Zeros that you never got? I want to know.
Oh no, I had to order Diet Pepsi instead. But my favorite part is I thought this was hilarious. No one else laughed, but I thought it was really funny when she didn't bring you your drink. I kept like doing like, he's in recovery. He's on his 6-month chip. Don't no, and like pretend like after she already shut you down. But I thought it was funny.
Well, we just.
Oh, you were pretending.
Oh, only to Tan. I don't even know if Tan noticed I was doing this, but.
Oh no, I saw it.
I kept doing that to Tan.
I thought I was actually genuinely concerned that you did think that I had a problem, because I'm like, look, I know everyone knows I brew beer here for a living, but like, and yes, I do drink before the end of my shift, but it's 10, right, guys? Like, isn't anyone gonna back me up on this?
Yeah, I'll back you up completely because you were in a different time zone. First of all, it was not 9 in the morning.
Right,
it was like 7 o'clock at night, Canada time. So she didn't get that. Also, you had a long
actually
trip.
7 o'clock in the morning, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I hadn't slept in like 32 hours at that point.
The man needs a little lift. I think it was kind of ridiculous that she didn't. I actually was a little shocked. I was actually a little shocked because in Idaho, you could go into any type of place like that at 4 in the morning. We got you covered, playa. Don't worry, we got you covered. So
that's pretty much the same as Alberta. I feel like Idaho and Alberta are kind of the same.
Yeah. So that was pretty shocking, but it was pretty funny, I guess.
Well, it just seemed like she didn't even know what Bailey's was, and that's the part that was confusing me.
Oh yeah, or remember no, you weren't there. So this was a running theme. I couldn't get Coke Zeros, and then Screech tried to order a whiskey ginger or something at the Buffalo Wild Wings, and they didn't know what a whiskey ginger was. Or
you're going to the wrong place to ask what a whiskey ginger was.
Yeah.
It's going to the Buffalo Wild Wings. It's like going to the Buffalo Wild Wings. It's like, hey, could you make me a cosmopolitan, please?
Yeah. Could I have a Chardonnay, please? Yeah. Fun times. God. Alrighty. So, Para, is Para available? Because I see him in the chat. I see him in the Discord call.
Hey, what's
Para?
up?
Yeah, what's up? Want to tell us about your trip all the way from Texas?
Yeah. So, sorry, I'm just kind of like chilling. I wasn't. I didn't even know if I was gonna like speak.
Okay,
But
I'll introduce you. So Para came out from Texas. He's a fighting game player, and it was pretty cool because we were playing Third Strike, and he was kicking the shit out of me in Third Strike. So he's like, "Is there any fighting game you play that you might be good at?" And I was like, "Well, there's."
No, that doesn't even count, dude. The Third Strike tab was cursed.
But you were winning. It doesn't matter. You're still winning. Yes, that was the reason why I was losing. That cabinet was holding me back. But then we went and played some Soul Calibur 2, and I had fun. Talkie mirrors. That was really fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and we did mirrors in Ultra 4 as well.
Yes, you smacked me down in Ultra 4. But Paulrog is the reigning champion of 4 because he cannot be stopped. His Sea Viper was untouchable.
Yeah, he was all over that cabinet.
So casual. Oh, I'm not that good, and then he just
of course.
Me with
Paulrog's a beast.
See, I'm too young to have actually been around like when that game was like popping. So like,
yeah, lucky you.
It was like I feel like, oh man, I missed out. I want a lab so I can actually be good at that game.
That's okay. The only people who ever play that game are at Galloping Ghosts. That's it. That's the last scene remaining of Street Fighter 4, I think.
Well, actually, my local arcade, they play quite a lot.
Do they really?
Oh wow.
They had a Street Fighter 5 cabinet, but it was single player only.
Yeah.
Isn't that brilliant?
That happened to me the first time I went. I was like, oh, I can't wait to play this. Oh, never mind.
How?
I think the Sam Show cabinet was the same way.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
These Capcom arcade ports are killer. They don't have online connection, in the US, and they don't have 2-player local. So you can play against the AI, I suppose.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that was mind blowing to see just like those 1-player fighting cabs. I'm like, what's the point? Like,
I don't know.
Okay, I guess I'll have fun. Playing against Gen.
Yeah. Also, Para had a really awesome. Didn't you have like an Evangelion jacket?
Yeah, I have an Evangelion hoodie. I actually have a lot of them because like there's like some underground like bootleg like clothing brands that do that sort of stuff. So I actually have a lot.
It looks awesome.
I've got my Ray hoodie. Yeah, it's so sick.
Yeah, I was like,
I see a lot of that on Instagram.
It was really like expensive too. It's like super custom made and stuff like that.
Yeah, it looked quality. I was like, oh, I need to get one of these. Upgrade my life.
Yeah, the quality is insane.
Well, what was the cab that you liked the best? Oh, we played Dolphin. Of course, I forget. Get this. Para introduced me to Dolphin Blue, and
that's
that
your
was
first time seeing Dolphin Blue?
Well,
really?
I'd heard about it. Well, I'd heard about it, but I kind of assumed it was some bootleg garbage. So I was like, yeah, I'll get to it at some point. But then I saw the cabinet. I'm like, oh.
It's a really cool game.
And
it's from that era.
We did a 2-player Dolphin Blue run. It was really fun.
I actually have footage of that.
Yeah, we beat it.
Yeah, we fed our way through, but with the lack of auto fire, I mean, my hand was about to fall off by the end. Just.
Did anyone get to the Strider 2? There was a Strider 2 cabinet somewhere in there. I wasn't sure if it was broken or not.
I saw it, but I didn't touch it.
Yeah, I played it because the Strider 2 is one of my favorite games.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's a great game. Did it work? Yeah,
that's what it worked.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, man, what a bummer! Like all
Dolphin Blue worked really well too because no one ever plays it or knows about it, and it was in the back corner.
Yeah.
So it was like in perfect condition.
Yeah,
hey, Dolphin Blue is really cool.
It's almost like to shoot 'em up. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I like that you mentioned Strider 2 because like both of those games are like the 2.5D, like that sort of era. Like, I love those types of games.
Yeah. That's Strider 2 looks beautiful. I almost like some of those games outside of the shmup room. I think are like almost in better condition because they weren't where all the other shmups were.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you had to like find them to like destroy them. Like the Dio cabinets like felt great. Like, and the screen was actually in pristine condition.
Yeah, like the Pro Gear one was also like
in
perfect condition.
Yeah, I'm like Man, if only all the games looked this good.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
felt this
no kidding.
good.
Yeah, so let's go around and let's each say our biggest highlight of a cabinet and our biggest disappointment. Like, okay, come on now. So I'll start. My biggest highlight was a tie between Silent Scope, because you can't emulate a sniper rifle, unfortunately, and Dolphin Blue, because I am still having a bitch of a time getting the Atomic Wave emulator to go. So those two were my highlights. My low light was definitely, without a doubt, 100% Mission Craft, because that was like 40% of the reason I wanted to go. And I get there, and the monitor was so dim, I couldn't play it. I couldn't see, so I didn't really get to play Mission Craft for real, because I could barely see the game. So that was my biggest disappointment by far. How about you, Cat Pat?
I could think of the best one. It's going to be a shock to no one, because when I was there, I was talking about it, and when I mentioned it earlier, it's LA Machine Guns. Like,
oh, that's a good one.
And we talked about how, like, for some reason that game is like built like a tank. So you'd think that over time that the machine guns or something like that would like lose its recoil or something like that. No, they both work great, and it was just as sweaty as I played when I played it the first time. So it's great. It was a good time. I saw a lot of like. I guess the question is like, how many cabinets do you think had like issues with color or like wobbling? I would, if I had to give it a
70%.
See,
60%.
I feel like it's easy to notice. The ones that you want to play. I feel like the realistic thing might be like it's still too high. It's like 40-30%. That's my opinion.
Even Dodonpachi had like crazy artifacts. It wasn't super dim, but there's like random, like for example the meter, the chain meter had like this weird artifact on it, so you couldn't really see your chain meter super well or anything.
Oh yeah, almost every game had screen burn-in.
Well, and that actually goes
to Marvel 2.
That actually goes to Sorry, go
Yo,
ahead.
Mark, did you ever notice?
Go power through, Para. Power through. Power through.
All right. Okay, who are we talking to?
Para.
I'll just finish it up. It takes 2 seconds.
Okay.
Your question.
We played Marvel 2, and I could see the Marvel logo like during Hyper Viper beams. It was funny.
There was a great irony in that the 19XX cab was a double switch with Daimahu. And you couldn't push the switch to make Daimahu work because the switch was broken. But just like the huge Daimahu logo was just burnt over half the screen of the 19XX cabinet. Taunting those poor idiots that wanted to play Daimahu, myself included.
Yeah, so Cat Pat, back to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, it was just real quick. But I guess if I had to say anything, like one of the MVS machines that had Waku Waku 7, super underrated fighting game. Me and my cameraman play that on Fightcade. Yeah, I mean, it was jumbly, and like the image would shake, and especially when you did specials, it just went nuts. Like it couldn't handle all the colors. So, yeah, that's all I had to finish that one off.
And so that was your biggest disappointment?
I think we lost the image of Mark here.
Yeah, no, my camera got too hot. I had to reset it.
Oh,
this is going to be a thing in the summer if I stream. The camera's going to get hot.
Yeah, it's pretty warm in here, too.
Oh, I'm cooking.
Cool down with
I'm losing weight as we speak.
Yeah.
It's probably not as hot as that shmup room, though, which was probably
no, it's about that temperature right here now. The shmup shed and the shmup room in Galloping Ghost are very similar environments.
Kindred spirits.
I've been training my whole life. All right, Wabby, I see you next on the call sheet. What was your biggest win and biggest disappointment?
All right, for biggest win, I gotta say, just like DDP and DOJ. I mean, the controls seemed fine. The game, I mean, despite the little thing at the top for DDP, everything seemed fine. So it was nice to just get some clears. You know, we were doing that for a little bit. But for my disappointment would have to have been the Sailor Moon beat 'em up.
Good one. Good choice.
That second 2-player wasn't able to go right. I think it was right or left.
Mm-hmm.
That was a disappointment. So I wanted to get a 2-player clear on that one while I was there.
Yeah, me too. That was a huge disappointment. So 1 player worked, but in that environment, I mean, you wanted to double play Sailor Moon. That was like going to be really fun, and
yeah,
unfortunately not possible because one of the inputs literally didn't work.
Yeah. Oh well.
What about Visibly Shaken? What was your biggest win and biggest disappointment?
Biggest win was probably like DDP and like the light gun alien game, the one me and Webby played together. I don't know the name, but it was really fun. And then probably the biggest disappointment was I agree with the Sailor Moon game, and also Dynamite Duke. I really wanted to play that and get a good score on it, but the stick on that was so tight that it was just like it was giving me a wrist pain that I had to just like not play it at all. So that was a big disappointment.
Yeah, that's a bummer. So I had the same thing with Die Hard Arcade. Die Hard Arcade, it kind of worked, but like it would drop inputs all the time in the craziest ways, which was a huge bummer.
Yeah.
Okay, next, appearing on screen, Guru has joined us. Live camera feed. Here we go, Guru.
Live dog feed is Guru.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, my biggest win was definitely the fact that they had the Exocab, and I got to play the Veritra Hexa, because, you know, I covered the original Dojin version on my podcast a couple of years ago and quite enjoyed it. And so seeing it there was really cool to be able to actually see and play that version. And that's what I spent the most time with. And then biggest disappointment would be the fact that this is my second time at Galloping Ghost, and unfortunately, the Solvaloo cab was down both times, and so
Yeah,
didn't get
man, I
see
wanted to
in
try that
action.
out. I really wanted to try that one out. Pro really recommended that one.
Oh, did Pearl get a chance to play it before it bit the dust?
Yeah, he said it was working when he was there, and he really recommended the sit down like spaceship cabs like Starblade, Solvaloo, and whatever that Konami Gradius ripoff was.
Oh, Solar Assault.
Yes, that was.
Yeah, I played that last time I was at Galloping Ghost, and I sat down and played Starblade, and I think that monitor has some serious issues. It was not a fantastic experience. I played a better Starblade cab in another arcade in Chicago, but yeah, that's a fun one.
What's the name of that one, by the way? Do you remember the name of?
Yeah, Prince Arcades. It's in Bolingbrook.
Bolingbrook, man. Why are all these arcades like in the middle of nowhere?
I'd assume rent costs. That would be my
cheap
guess.
real estate.
Need something to do in the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need the cold to keep the CRTs under control.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Well, what was your biggest? Did you tell us your biggest disappointment, Guru?
Yeah, the Solvaloo cab was.
Oh, okay,
was
okay.
down, and so I didn't get to see that.
And you did get the high score in that Exa game.
I did. I mean, you had the
Yes.
photo that I took in your footage earlier. I technically got it, but I don't know if they updated the card because that high score I actually got after the event. It was my last night there. And so I took the info to the counter, gave it to the guy, and I'm hoping that they'll update it, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Have to rely on somebody
Yes.
in the area to verify that for me, because it's not the top score, but you know it's within spitting distance, I think, or close.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many of them actually get verified. Did Colonel's Espgaluda score get updated?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
one
good.
of the photos that I dropped in the Discord.
Okay, nice. I wonder where Colonel is. Well, he was going
Is it-
hard on Espgaluda.
He was
I
in the-
can
he was
check
in
it.
the
I'm
chat.
going there again.
Nice, yeah.
it was-
Check up on it.
Check the Gowange cab and see if they got the Japanese expert back.
Yeah. Yeah. Alrighty, Hero Death, you're next. What was your biggest highlight and your biggest disappointment?
So my highlight of the trip was the fact that I almost managed to clear DOJ on P2 side.
Nice.
The P1 side laser didn't work.
Right.
So P2 side DOJ is interesting, having just starting on the right side of the stage every level.
Yes.
Just messes with you.
What ship color was it?
Yellow, because I play Type B.
Oh yeah, the yellow one. I thought isn't the ship 2 of Type A like blue?
Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah, I like the blue one. That one's my favorite.
Biggest disappointment was probably the Quake cab.
Oh yeah.
Because I grew up like playing PC FPS, so I really wanted to see how the Quake one worked in an arcade. But it's like this weird ass like low sensitivity trackball with the Y-axis inverted, and the fire button is on the thumb.
Nice.
So it just I could not play it. It was weird.
Yeah, it was really weird. There was this one multiplayer FPS.
Also, I had a
there.
migraine the whole drive back.
Oh, what happened?
All those CRTs.
Oh, the CRT hums?
I thought it just came from listening to all of us the entire week.
Yeah, I thought that's what you meant.
Which I can understand. I had a migraine after the second night in the bar, too.
Yes.
It's probably because I drank like one bottle of water while I was there.
Yeah, I mean, at least you guys didn't get sick for a week like me and my brother.
Oh, what happened?
Look,
What the hell
that
happened?
was your fault. I warned you about going into the shmup room. That's where like all the disease and the filth of humanity congregate. But you're like, no, man, it's okay. I'll play some Pro Gear. I'll play like some, cool, dude, Escalada, Gowange. I love cave games. And I warned you, but no, you're like, and you just started like breathing in really hard too, like that.
I should have listened, man. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
you should have fucking listened to me. That was your problem.
I saw a certain EC2151 in there a time or two though.
Frankly, I'm amazed that Mark didn't get sick. He was the one that was prowling there until like 4 a.m. every night.
I know, it's a miracle. It is a miracle.
Oh, I was there disinfecting cabs and stuff.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. I had like some cleaning wipes in a Ziploc bag.
That's smart. That's next level. That's the arcade tech we all need to learn.
The arcade staff thanks you for your free labor.
I was being a complete heathen. I was just like all over the cabs, touching my face. Yeah, all of it. It's a miracle I didn't die.
I know, man.
Yeah, I was thinking like, dude, I should have came with like some sandwich buttons and just like started doing maintenance on the cab.
Yes, with the screwdriver and sandwich buttons. All right, up next is Dr. Tan himself. What was your highlight and low light besides the waitress refusing to bring you a beer?
Well, to everyone's shock, Gowange is tied with Pro Gear for highlight, despite the cabinet being hot trash.
Yeah.
I was just stoked that it was there.
And it
worked,
worked kind of. It worked kind of.
It was playable enough to clear it, so it gets a free pass, just because I love it. I was so excited on the side to do a sick Ikaruga run.
I know.
And that cab was just down both days.
Dead as a doornail.
So between that and Radiant Silvergun, I was just like, man, just screwing over the treasure cabinets here, hey?
Yeah, treasure. Do you think this is an interesting thought. Is it because the treasure cabinets are so popular that they get worn out and killed? Or is it or is it the reverse where no one cares and so they never bother to repair them?
Maybe they just didn't bother to turn it on. I mean, I don't know. They're all on 24/7. I mean, whether they're getting played or not, the cab's running.
The guy at the counter a couple of days later told me that the reason that the Ikaruga cab was down is because the GD-ROM drive is broken.
Down. That sounds like a long-term problem.
Is that the Naomi board that runs that? Yeah. Isn't that finicky? Or am I confusing that with CTS3?
Yeah, they apparently GD-ROM drives fail left and right.
Okay.
I suggested the possibility of maybe trying to salvage a laser assembly from an old Dreamcast or something, but
So when you say the GD-ROM drive, does that mean there is a physical CD inside that cabinet normally hanging out? And spinning?
Like it uses the same format, the GD-ROM format, as a Dreamcast. So yeah, there is a physical disc, optical disc in the cabinet.
Yeah, so
How
it's
come I get-
basically an arcade version of the Dreamcast.
How come I imagine that you put all that heat and then a CD inside a cabinet with all the heat
yeah.
going? That's probably not a good idea.
Well, it's funny you should say that because Dragon's Lair is a what are those big Laserdisc?
Laserdisc,
It ran on
yeah.
Laserdisc and it was
Laserdisc, yeah.
infamous for crapping out.
I wonder
So-
why.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but they had several Laserdisc games there, all operational.
Oh, crazy.
Were they in the shmup room though? The Den of Heat.
No.
There you go. you put a game. Yeah, it's like the shmup room is where arcade cabinets go to die, basically. It's a hellscape in there. But at least, at least when you go in there, you know the real players are in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
See, if they hired me, I would have been in there. I would have had some Noctua coolers.
Yes.
I would have got some thermal paste in there. Make sure these games stay working. They need to hire me at Galloping Ghost.
There you go.
Yeah, they could pay a whole $13 an hour.
Well, I will say, I do have to give one of the members of the Galloping Ghost a huge shout out. His name is Ray. And what happened was I was there until they closed. I was there until they closed, getting all that B-roll footage. And Screech was nice enough to hang around and drive me back. So it was me and Screech in the arcade at 2 a.m. We go out to his Jeep to drive back. He goes to start it. And I have to get back to the Airbnb, get an Uber, and get on a plane within like an hour. And it's just not working. And he's like, oh boy. You know, and so what do you do in the middle of Chicago at 2 a.m. on not exactly the friendliest looking street and get your car jumped? So I ran back into Galloping Ghost. I'm like, can you jump our car? And Ray was like, you bet. So Ray came and jumped our car and saved me from missing a flight. So shout out to Ray.
He jumped your car before they jumped you, man.
Yes, exactly. You could see the timer. There's like a timer, like in Cannon Spike. It's like Ray, hurry.
No, it's like that timer at the end of like Final Fight or like Ninja Gaiden.
Yes. Yeah, so he was really cool for doing that. That saved us a lot of time and money. So shouts to him. Well, up next we've got, I believe, Tan just went, right? Tan, you told us about.
That's correct.
Your biggest disappointment, the Dreamcast games not making it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, up next is Drake. Drake, what was your biggest highlight and biggest disappointment?
Well, my biggest highlight was also the Vitra cab, because I played that a little bit with Game Boy Guru as well, and that thing was just gorgeous.
That was the like, Exa cab, right?
The Vitra Heck.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice. Really nice cabinet. You know, the monitor and everything. It looked great.
The game had auto fire. That was a relief.
Yeah.
Your hands
and
like
Japanese buttons.
Yeah, your hand thanked you for the auto fire.
Yes. And my biggest disappointment was Forgotten Worlds, because I was on the second. I was on the second player, and I was like, I can't turn.
Yeah.
We made it all the way through though. It was fun, but it was more like a fun. It was so bad. It was fun kind of a thing where it was just like, you know, I'm just credit feeding through the thing anyway. So it was just laughable, like, because you couldn't turn the thing. But I know that those controllers are like, you know, they don't make a lot of them, like they don't make them anymore. So it's not like that's an easy fix, you know what I mean? So I can't complain too much on that. Just the fact that it was there was kind of neat, but it was also disappointing that, you know, couldn't really play it properly.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
I felt that way about Die Hard Arcade. I mentioned that before. Alrighty, so we have a new challenger has arrived. Eric Hell. He has joined. I don't think he knows that I know he's joined, so maybe I won't jump to him right away. So while Eric is getting...
it looks like he stepped away from his chair.
We're spying on you, Eric. We know what you're doing, Eric.
Do we?
We're spying on you, Eric.
He's muted at the moment, but he'll
figure it
unmute
out.
himself.
Yeah,
I have
Wait, I'm being
faith.
spied on?
Yes, you joined. I was like, oh, we have a new joiner. And then I put you on stream and you walked away.
Oh, shoot. I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries. So we're just spying on you. That's all.
Yeah. Well, hello, everyone. The Galloping Ghost arcade invasion was an awesome success.
It was really fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, thanks for inviting us all on your vacation, man.
Yes, that was kind of the idea too. It's like, I'm going on vacation, and if you all want to join me, go ahead. Because after Shmup Slam 6 and all the other Shmup Slams, and I'll do another Shmup Slam next year, so I just need a year off. I was like, anything that resembles a schedule, I'm like, no. So it was like the most chill, laid back meetup possible. I was like, no schedules. I'm just gonna be at the arcade and we'll play it by ear. I had a really fun time, and I'm really glad you all came out.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a great time too. I think I probably told you all in person, but it was just, this is my first solo trip since my daughter was born, since my baby was born.
Yeah.
And just having like a trip out by myself was freaking sick, and to go to such an awesome big arcade was awesome. So
well, you've joined at the perfect time, Eric, because we're going through our highlights and lowlights of the Galloping Ghost. So basically, I'll give you mine as an example. My highlight was the Dolphin Blue machine. I was a real big fan of that. And then my low light was definitely the basically broken Mission Craft machine, because I really wanted to play Mission Craft and I could barely see it.
What a disappointment.
Yeah, I know. So what was your highlight and low light of what you were happy about with the machines, and what machine broke your heart?
For one, I gotta say, I gotta check out this Dolphin Blue game. I've never even heard of it before, and it was your highlight?
Yeah, well, part of it was that I kind of discovered it was good, because I'd heard about it before, and everyone's like, oh, it's like Metal Slug. And I'm a big, Metal Slug guy. I'm like, sure. I've heard that 1,000 times. Sure.
Yeah.
And then I saw it, and I was like, whoa, it is like Metal Slug. So I was really excited about Dolphin Blue. Big discovery. So if you see a Dolphin Blue video appear on the channel, now you know why.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that. You're praising it so much, it's like, I sense a 1cc.
Yes, I think so.
Down the line.
As soon as I get that Atomic Wave emulator going, you bet. So, what was your personal highlight and low light, Eric?
Mine was playing just games with anyone else was really fun. So played a bunch of fighting games with Nichibro, Guilty Gear XX, and KOF, and Samurai Showdown, and Street Fighter. Yeah, we were just going and playing all the fighting games. That was sick. I played through Final Fight with Germinator. That was
nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
He taught me so much. That game is deep. That was super fun to play with someone who has a 1cc.
So how was the cab? Because I wanted to play Final Fight, and I walked by it, and it seemed like no one had ever looked at it or beaten it up. But did it function okay?
Yeah, it functioned great.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Yeah, I noticed no issues with it, so that was sick. I played one beat 'em up where I couldn't move properly. I can't remember what it was. That would be one of the lowlights, is trying to play a beat 'em up with a friend and I can't function. Yeah.
Was it Die Hard Arcade? Because that was definitely Die Hard Arcade's problem.
I don't think so. I kind of wiped that from my memory. It was like, well, that sucked. And then the other highlight was playing the grid with KZ,
I'm sure it was a highlight. I'm sure it was a highlight, Eric.
Yeah, I was kicking butt.
So they had this 4-player kind of Unreal tournament,
Quake Arena,
Quake Arena Unreal Tournament type of thing, but super janky, and you played it with a flight stick and a trackball.
Oh, you're talking about
such a ridiculous
the grid,
combo.
yeah.
Yes.
And so Nichibro, myself, Eric, who was
and KZ.
KZ, yes, and KZ. We all played the grid. I got second every single match, so I could never quite win it. Eric, I think you took almost all the matches except the last
all but one. Yes.
All but one. So Eric is but we did say that the last one was winner take all.
I know, so I lost it all.
So you
Biggest
lost it all.
loser.
Was Nichibro the winner?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. Messed up.
Good on him. Yeah, that really brought me back to my high school LAN party days. Just
It really
playing a
did,
bunch of Quake and
especially because it
Unreal.
was so janky and stupid.
Yes.
It had that like party vibe to it, where
It's made by Midway, so same people as NFL Blitz and NBA Jam.
you could tell because I thought I was playing an NFL Blitz character at one point.
Yeah, they definitely have some of that in there. It's silly. It's awesome. So that was another highlight. Lowlight, just every shmup, big shmup L.
Right.
No auto fire. Most of the cabinets were jank, bad monitors. Like, what a disappointment. Because there's a lot of shmups there that I haven't played. I don't emulate anything. I only play on Nintendo Switch and PS5 very recently. So, like, seeing Gwange there. I still had a lot of fun playing Gwange on
that one kind of
crappy
worked.
monitor.
It was gloriously blue, but it did kind of work.
Yeah, but I wish I could have been able to play Mushi on a cab and.
Mushi sucked.
Yeah, Mushi sucked, and so did Mission Graph.
I think we're noticing a trend with the shmups, which is if they were in the shmup room, they were doomed. But if they if they escaped the shmup room, they kind of worked okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shmup room is where arcade cabinets go to die.
Exactly. Awesome. That was great. Alrighty. Who would we leave? Oh, Para. We left off on you.
It was good to
Para.
meet all you people. I just want to say that while I'm on mic.
Yeah, it was fun. We went to dinner. We went to the bar. We formed this tradition, which is okay. At dinner time, I turn to EC and I say, EC, what do we do? And then he organizes dinner.
Good job, EC.
and then after that, we play for a bit, and then we walk down the street to the bar. We hang out, vibe, come back, play for a little bit, go home, pass out, wake up, and do it again.
Eat, sleep, Fortnite, repeat, as the kids say.
Yes, it was a great time. I had so much fun.
Yeah.
I was saying before you got on too, Eric, that I had to just fly home in the middle of the night. I didn't sleep. I just went from the arcade, got in an airplane, flew home, got home, was kind of like, and then I went to work the next day, and I'm like, I'm so out of it. I'm like, did that even all happen? Did I just, because I left so abruptly because I had to get on a plane, and then the trip back was such a blur that I was sitting in my office like, wait, did I really go to Chicago, or is this all a fever dream? Did I just hallucinate this whole experience?
Absolutely, and you didn't catch much footage of it either. So
I did at 2 a.m. when everyone else left. It was me running around the arcade because I didn't want to do it while everyone was there because I wouldn't be able to hang out. So I waited till everyone left, and I ran around the arcade at 2 a.m. and got footage.
Okay,
Actually,
you
I
did
think
get
it's
a
good,
lot of awesome B-roll.
Yes.
Well, it's a good thing you probably waited until 2 a.m. though, because I imagine if you were trying to take all that footage on Saturday afternoon, there would have been some guy there would have said, "Hey, dude, what the hell are you doing?"
Yeah, I know. He's like, "That's my girlfriend, bro," and he throws the camera and steps on it. Yeah, I thought of
Why are you filming my daughter, you son of a bitch?
Yes. I was very aware of that myself, EC. As I had the camera out, I'm like, let's just wait till everyone goes home.
Yeah, I work part-time at an arcade on the weekends, and that's a big no-no, just because we're protect other people's children and stuff. It's no cameras, pretty
You gotta wait till it's 2 a.m. and all the kids are in bed.
Well, see, that's what Cat Pat told me that he had his friend doing all the camera work, because he said if someone confronted him, he'd be like, "I don't know this guy." He's
nice. A fall guy. What's that called? A patsy.
He just scrambled off to the other room, and then
he's a camera caddy.
Yeah, he was. Though, I do have to say, I was really jealous of Cat Pat's cameraman, because I was like, wait, who's the real YouTuber here? Because this guy's got a cameraman, and I'm
Who's the real YouTuber here?
Yeah, so he's got a crew.
You needed an official stick caddy for Galloping Ghost.
I know. I felt like kind of a fraud. I was like, I've got this shitty little, barely battery operated camera that I'm carrying around in this little travel bag like a homeless guy, and he's got a full on cameraman.
Yeah, well, it's that. He's been a friend of mine for years, and he's always wanted to go. And he's always supported my YouTube stuff, even when I was not that I'm amazing now, because I'm not, but even when I had 2 subs, I had 2 subs. That guy was always supporting me, so
That's cool.
he's just a great friend. So
Now I feel inspired. Next Galloping Ghost, I'll have a cameraman too.
there you go.
Well, I can't be your cameraman because I'm officially your chauffeur. So.
That's right. And I did feel like this trip wasn't quite right. I felt a little. Like
I knew it wasn't right either.
Yes. Like as the Uber driver was driving us around, remember, I felt a little weird about it. I'm like, well, 10 is actually our official chauffeur, and this guy's kind of taking your job.
Yeah, I didn't approve.
Alrighty, awesome. Who did we leave off on? I think Para, actually, we left off on you. What was your highlight and low light?
Okay, so you stole mine. I was gonna say Silent Scope. So now I gotta think of another one.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Arm Champs was pretty fun. I played actually way too much of that. My arm was completely just gone. Actually, my elbow still hurts from that.
Well, you
just because I was
did
so
the highest
fascinated by the
difficulty.
cab.
You did the highest difficulty.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, and I did it without holding on to the bar.
I know.
I actually.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't see the bar, so I did
yeah.
it on extra hard difficulty. And then Beautiful told me to hold the bar. I was like, where did that come from? And that made it way easier.
Yes.
But yeah, I was fascinated by that machine and the fact that it still worked. And I thought I was under the impression that it was Japan only. But I told my dad about it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I played that back in the day as well."
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's not.
Yeah,
who would think an arm wrestling arcade machine would be so awesome? But it is. We were all playing it. It was really fun.
Yeah, I felt really powerful when I did my run on that.
Oh
You
my
felt
god.
really virile.
Yes. we all did until Joe shows up, and then we all sort of whimper away in fear.
Did we figure out who is the strongest among us?
Joe.
From that
There's
game?
no
It's Joe?
there's no Joe by far. He
Maybe.
he
Yeah,
actually
you didn't notice.
he didn't just beat it on the highest difficulty. He set the record, because at the end there's this test your strength thing, which is the hardest. He beat that and set the record in that or something.
Well, maybe maybe you didn't notice that his arms were twice the size of all of ours, dude.
Yes.
So, if you didn't catch that, that's why he had such an easy time.
Yeah, I told Joe this when we were walking to the arcade. So Tan is my official chauffeur, Joe my official bodyguard. If I ever get in trouble, I'm like, Joe, help.
Yeah,
Man,
that guy is tall and beefed.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The reach and the strength. It's dangerous.
It's no surprise that he
So
was
me
the
and
best.
Joe
I thought I
beat,
watched Wabby do well on it too.
Yes.
Thank you.
Should we have
Yeah,
a
man.
Wabby Joe showdown next time?
Yeah, we should.
Hey,
Yes.
maybe they'll put my name on the machine.
Yes. What was your low light, Para? What was your low light?
I wasn't done though. So me and Joe beat Metal Slug 6, I think. That was pretty cool. And then me and you beat Dolphin Blue. I did beat it on the Atomic Wave emulator. But beating it in person with another person was just really cool.
Yes.
And so as for maybe my big highlight was Soul Calibur 2.
Yes, that was fun.
Because the Taki mirror was a lot of fun, and the machine, it worked pretty good. The joystick actually worked on that one.
Yeah, it was a miracle.
Yeah, and that brings me to the disappointment, which is I'm a big fighting game fan, and that's pretty much why I went there. I thought I was going to get to play, a lot of fighting games, and pretty much all of them were completely unplayable.
Yeah.
Can you tell me? Say more. What was unplay? Every fighting game that I played, I thought it was pretty good.
So Third Strike, the buttons, all the top like all the punch buttons were like unresponsive. And then for Super Turbo, it was like the same thing. Like random buttons just didn't work. And then like if you like crouched, like you couldn't. Like the joysticks were so weird. Like you might not be able to crouch block and stuff like that. It was just really weird.
Yeah.
And it was mostly just the Street Fighters. Yeah. And then like the Dragon Ball game. I forget. Like I think it's just called Dragon Ball Z. It was like the first ever Dragon Ball Z fighting game. It was the same thing. You couldn't do special moves on that one.
I do want to mention.
I got lucky.
Real quick, I want to mention that it was really cool to have Para there as a fighting game player because I assumed everyone showing up was just going to be a shmup guy, you know? So
yeah.
Then I realized, oh yeah, Electric Underground is not just shmups, you know, it's fighting games too. And
yeah, there was a lot of guys that came out that they kind of stayed for a little bit. They were more local, and they were talking to me. We were talking about like Resident Evil and stuff. It was really cool. I was like, yeah. Resident Evil 4 is sick, isn't it? You know, so it was really cool.
We were actually all disappointed.
Yeah, I was secretly.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, I was just gonna say we were all actually disappointed. We were making a bet that you were actually gonna show up, Mark, in your Resident Evil 4 jacket. So we were actually disappointed that you didn't show up in your you showed up in your winter coat instead of your Resident Evil 4 jacket.
Yeah, no Arizona hat either.
Oh, I had the Arizona hat on Friday. I just didn't wear it.
Mark.
I had the Arizona hat on Friday, but I didn't wear it to the arcade on. No, sorry. I had the Arizona hat on Thursday when I arrived. I arrived in like Mark paraphernalia. I arrived with my Arizona hat and my winter coat, and then on it was Saturday, right? No, Friday. I was like, well, I can't walk around in the hat because people won't be able to recognize me with the hat. So I took the hat off. So it was there though, close by. I didn't wear the Resident Evil 4 jacket because I took that to Spain, and oh my god, getting that thing through security was a bitch every time. They're like, I don't know what it was. They're like, let's take a look at what's going on here. So I was like, no, let's go for the winter coat this time. So, yeah. So who?
I feel like I feel like there's a lot of overlap between like arcade game genres. So I was kind of hoping, like, you know, you guys are into shmups. I was asking around, like, oh, who plays fighting games around here?
Paul did.
We should have played some fighting games.
Paul did. I did too. We played Soul Calibur 2. Paul was a beast in Street Fighter. He was kicking some ass.
Yeah, I got to play him for quite a while in the Ultra 4.
I think Joe too. Doesn't Joe play fighting games?
I think a little bit. Yeah, I think he played a lot. He hopped on the sticks a little.
Casey, don't you play fighting games?
I do, but the fighting games I've grinded the most weren't there.
Right, the like Melty Blood and so forth.
I wanted to play Melty Blood, but it was kind of disappointing that I wasn't there. And I jokingly was going to check the bathroom because there's like, you know, a joke of like, you know, for some reason there's like the Melty Blood in the bathroom joke, and there were no cabs there.
A missed opportunity
for very obvious reasons.
I missed that joke. You know, I just think it's kind of strange. You know, Mark's made all these like YouTube videos about fighting games. I don't remember him winning a single match there.
Ooh,
I did. You should have come. Whoa!
You did against me.
Yo, I sense some money action coming.
You didn't come and see me play with my Soul Calibur 2 and my Taki. My Taki was kicking some ass.
All right, so the next time we go to an arcade, who's doing the side bet?
Yeah. Everyone plays Soul Calibur 2, and we'll have a Soul Calibur 2 tournament.
It all started here.
Yeah, I feel bad. We suggested that at the start of the market meet, but we never got around to actually organizing the Soul Calibur 2 tournament. So that's a real shame.
Next time we will, though.
Yeah, that's the one fighting game I would have joined in on for sure.
Yeah, damn it. Huge missed opportunity. You know what's also funny is at the Airbnb, you know, remember Shmup Slam 6 at the Airbnb We had all our equipment. We're like just vibing, all playing setups, all like really like. It's funny because we all thought we would do the same thing on this trip, so we all dragged.
Well, we didn't know that there was going to be a brewery 1 block away.
Yes,
where we just
the brewery
until 2 in the morning.
Yeah, the brewery defeated our gaming because we me too. I brought a portable monitor. I brought my arcade lever. I brought my laptop, gaming laptop. I brought all of this stuff for the Airbnb so we could fight each other or play shmups and stuff. And it's funny, after every day we get back from the arcade, we're like, all right, we're going to sleep.
Yeah.
Everyone just crashed every time.
Yeah, I almost brought my Steam Deck and stuff like that because who knows what could happen. But I don't know. I felt like it was going to be booked all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were all going to bring like line doublers and everything, and just this sick setup. We'll save that for Shmup Slam 7.
7.
Yeah.
That will return absolutely.
Yeah.
What was your low light, Para? Oh yeah, you said the arcade, fighting machines, fighting game machines.
Yeah. The mostly the fighting games. Yeah, and like there were a few really cool cabs that I wanted to see that were down. Like I forget the name of it, but it's that one game where it's like the evil head that's like really loud. Like he's like the first ever digitized voice in a game. And it's like a shmup, I think.
Sinistar.
Oh, yeah, Sinistar. I wanted to see that because like it's like this legendary game, but it was down.
Bummer. Yeah. And I also have to thank Para because he really helped me get the B-roll footage at 2 a.m. It was me, him, and Screech left in the arcade, and I'm holding the camera. Someone's got to press the buttons, so Para was helping me with that. So I really appreciated that. Alrighty, up next
that was cool.
Yeah, it was. Up next, we've got KZ. KZ, what was your highlight? What was your low light? Besides no melty blood in the bathroom.
Oh man, I got to play. I got to play a bunch of like of games I've never seen as I've only seen as a kid. Like the arcade racer section, I played the hell out of Cruisin' World. A little disappointed that Daytona USA was kind of broken because like I have a friend who's really into racing games and he plays the hell out of like Sega Rally and Daytona, and I wanted to like get some credits in of those just to just for him, and unfortunately those were broken. But I did manage to I guess beat. I don't know if you call it like beating, but beat Cruisin' World. That was pretty fun. I got my ass kicked at every other racing game though.
Yeah, Cruisin' World's a classic.
I did not realize, just because I only saw them at Walmart as a kid. I didn't realize that the game just is evil and summons these random cars. So you'll turn the corner and you'll automatically run over some random pedestrian or some random oncoming traffic, and it'll just basically destroy your run. Or make it feel bad.
Feel good?
It's
Did you feel
the
good
rank
when you did that.
Yes. No, I didn't.
You get a little your heart skipped a beat type of thing.
Man.
I kind of like this feeling.
What was your low light, KZ?
The Mushi cab. Oh my god, the Mushi cab was so bad. We jokingly called it Black Label because it's literally impossible to see.
Yeah, Midnight Label. Black Label isn't enough. It's like a black hole label.
Yeah.
Where light does not exist.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help that any of the lit cabs behind would
reflect off it. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know how I managed to do it, but I made it to almost to the fixed extent at the end of stage 3, and then I got killed by bullets that I couldn't see.
Oh, that was a PB for you, right?
No.
Fuck
you.
EC with the bands all the time.
He's just a KZ. Be kind. KZ though, there's actually another one you have to bring up. I'm forcing you to bring it up because you reminded me of it. No Ketsui. That was what the hell? How do you have every shmup I could think of, but no Ketsui?
Oh, that's nuts.
There's no Ketsui.
They had all the PGM cabs, but not Ketsui. That's hilarious.
Yeah, not Ketsui. It's like, I felt like a really massive omission. I'm sitting there playing DOJ, I'm sitting there playing Dodonpachi. I look and I just expect the Ketsui. They had Bee Storm, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Bee Storm, but no
saw that.
Ketsui.
I also did play the hell out of Pro Gear. That was also a real highlight.
Yeah,
like
Pro Gear was cool.
zero Pro Gear experience before this. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, it worked. Did it have auto fire or not?
No, it didn't have auto fire because it had to have some jank.
Yes.
But other than that, they were using real buttons and a real lever.
Yeah.
So and it felt nice to control.
There's like a Capcom sponsorship on that cabinet, like these buttons and lever, sponsored by Capcom. Alrighty. Any other thoughts, KZ?
Not really.
Okay, so
I kind of wish they had Sega Rally, but that's about it.
Yeah.
How about going into Hyper on Death Smiles?
Oh my god, that was hilarious. The funniest thing,
like 5 times mashing down, just trying to get 2. I can't imagine if those are the same buttons they got on the Ikaruga cab, how you would do the
release power. Yeah.
Because just trying to go into Hyper on Death Smiles was just it was at least 3 seconds of just hitting these 2 buttons together.
I found out later that you had to hold it for a second and then it would trigger for some reason.
There's something weird going on with the wiring of those buttons. Like I was saying before, in Dodonpachi on the player 2 side, if you held laser, it would screw up your movement inputs. They would just stop working every few seconds. It was weird.
Yeah, the buttons are optimized for spilling Coke Zero on them.
I know, but it was not allowed. You couldn't bring in Coke Zero. I saw that.
Oh,
messed up.
Damn.
I'm glad I saved you that.
Though.
Yeah, that's true, but I refused to pay those prices. I was like,
Oh.
Yeah, it was funny. I'm from Idaho, right? So it's a small community or whatever. I go into the gas station in Chicago. Of course, they've got the bulletproof stuff and everything. And I'm going to buy a pop. I'm trying to slide the pop through the bulletproof shield thing, and the guy's like, no, you didn't do it. Put it here. Yeah.
He's like, you're not from around here, are you, boy?
I was like, it was so funny because everywhere I went, I told every single person, literally everyone, hey, I'm not from Chicago. I don't know what I'm doing. I told the Uber driver, I'm like, is this safe? Is this okay to be here?
Hey guys, driver, I'm just an innocent boy from out of town. I can't carry a lot of money on me. I don't know where I'm going.
Can I drop my social security card?
Yeah. Well, when I landed,
passport.
Yeah, well, when I landed in at O'Hare, I got out of the airport. I walk in, there's thousands of people. I felt like a newborn baby. I was like, what do I do now? I felt helpless. I was walking around the airport, where do I go? Luckily, Joe came and got me.
It's weird. Everyone was telling you that airport is you don't understand how big it is. You could end up literally half an hour away from another terminal.
Yes.
And it's you're oh, I get it. It's a big airport. And you get there and you're like, oh, this is a big airport.
Yeah. Yeah. I naively thought, because getting through security in Idaho literally takes 10 minutes. They're like, hey, do you have any auto weapons? Do you have any machine guns? No. All right, go on. Go ahead. And then security at O'Hare was it was.
Where you walk in the front door and all you see is TSA and a giant 4 lines, and you're just oh.
And the TSA agents were they were stand-up comedians. They're getting all sassy with it. They're like, lady, we told you once before, and all this kind of stuff. It was crazy.
It was the first time going through with a stick. The lady was instead of being okay, what is this? And grilling me, she was like, ooh, this looks like fun.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm getting through unscathed for once in my life at potentially the most aggressive airport I've ever been in.
No, the most aggressive airport I've ever been in was Florida. When I came back from Spain, I had to transfer in Florida. Holy hell, that was an aggressive airport.
Well, it's because everyone's trying to smuggle alligators
and
invasive species.
Yeah, they were looking for the cocaine. They're like, where is it, buddy? Where is it? We know you got it.
Mark, they knew you were from out of town when you called it pop.
Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah. What do you say? Do you say soda? What do you say? Beverage? Pepsi.
It actually depends on which side of the city. One side says soda, and the other side says pop. So we can sniff out foreigners real quick.
Yeah. Yes. I could not blend in. I tried my best with my winter coat. I thought like, hey, what do they wear in Chicago? Winter coats. This is gonna blend in really well.
Yeah.
I don't know. You stood out in the photo of all of us.
You stood out real strong, man.
Well, I was telling everyone
down
inside the
jacket.
winter coat was my Kevlar vest in case some stray bullets came flying. I would be the only survivor.
Oh, well,
You're
see,
obviously
that
a
was the thing.
mountain man, prepared for
Well, see,
those
no-
cold nights.
Yeah, I thought you were wearing that because like you got recognized, I think at least once inside the arcade. It's like, hey, I recognize you from YouTube, bro.
Yeah. That's only happened
heard
that
you-
one time ever in history, and you all got to witness it. And I was like confused. I was like, did I do something to you? What's happening?
Did they ask for a selfie or an autograph?
No, they're just like, hey, love the channel kind of thing. I was like, thanks. But
They
you know,
said, I heard you talking shit
so
about
they love the channel,
RE4
but they
remake,
didn't
bro.
know
yes,
this
exactly.
thing was going
I always think my very first like in the wild, hey, someone recognizes me, is a dude with a grudge. He's like, oh, you got something to say about Stellar Blade now? You got something to say about Stellar Blade now? That's my
Evil remake is pretty good now, don't it?
yeah. So that's why I had a Kevlar vest, just in case. Just in case the Stellar Blade fans were tracking me and they knew where I was.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. EC.
Oh, I guess it's my turn.
Yes,
well,
it's
you know
your
what? Finally, these frickers let me speak. Anywho.
Oh yeah, we've been really holding you down.
I have a real problem with not talking.
Wait, EC, I think all of us can agree throughout the entire trip, you could not get a word in edgewise. Like, every time you tried to talk, we're just shutting you down.
Yeah, every time I tried to talk, someone started going off on like one of their YouTuber rants. Like they had their prepared speech for their 10 videos.
Well, I had a mute button that I brought with me, and I just like pointed it at you. I'm like, come on, work.
I will say, like for like a highlight, like in general, I think this event went off without a hitch. You know.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, like it was great to see everybody. You know, to quote Fred Flintstone, it was a real gay old time.
Yes.
And
yes, it was.
you know, it was just enjoyable hanging out, having some fun with these different games. I mean, obviously, I had a lot of fun playing. You know, some of the shoot 'em ups, you know, playing those Taito games, which, you know, crushing them world records. But, you know, some of the other social gaming was fun as well. A bunch of us had fun playing one of the Taito beat 'em ups, Ninja Kids, which is right by the entrance of the arcade. It's this weird art style of like all these Muppets who like worship Satan, and you have to beat the shit out of them. And they're all talking about how much they love the Satan. So it was that was a very amusing. I love that game. But yeah, there's a handful of shmups, and just seeing these folks, you know, that we've talked, you know, online throughout all these years. It was very enjoyable. Lowlights. Well, let's see. I mean, the obvious one is Giggling 2. That was a big bummer that was broken. The fact that I couldn't play Daimahoo just to confirm that I hate that game, which I found out once I got back. I played it on MAME and remembered that I actually do hate that game. So I saved myself the trouble of having to play it in the arcade setting. Lowlights, you know, honestly, it almost feels like the trip was a bit too short. I would have hoped that we had an extra day to, I don't know, have some sort of coordinated event elsewhere in the city.
Yes.
You know, that's just that 2 days seems like a long time until you're actually there, and that's just no time at all. I will say
a couple of us, we all had our flights at the same time, so we were all able to get together and just kind of like just hang out in Chicago for like 6 or 7 hours together.
Did you guys print off? Did you guys print off a picture of me and like carry it around and be like, Mark, what do you think?
No, they would have been like, why are you carrying around someone who's still wearing like a giant, like warm winter vest?
The Kevlar. I'm keeping it safe. I'm being safe.
But yeah, being able to kind of like take a break from the arcade and do that with everyone would have been pretty friggin' dope.
Yeah,
and it was great. I mean, like for example, Colonel Fatso, Paul Rogg, aka Maris, and myself. I mean, we've all been in the scene now for over 10 years. As I explained that one night, we've all passed our like honeymoon phase of shmups, and now we're in our stable relationship phase of shmups.
Yes.
So we've made it over the initial hump, and I hope you all get there someday too. But like,
well, I thought I was there because I've been doing this for like 12 or 13 years, but I don't know. Ketsui might just kind of make me like fall off again. Oh boy, I've never wanted to like just throw my stick before.
Oh man,
try playing Daimahu, man. It's gonna be a whole new world for you. But I also seen everybody, a bunch of people like really try, including you, Tan, go for those high scores just to like prove ourselves. I mean, shmups, the score chasing is such an integral part of the genre. Once you like get to that stage where you like just really want to push yourself in a game that you love, and seeing a bunch of people do that in real life. For me, sitting in my bedroom, my boudoir, playing all these shoot 'em ups over the years, you don't quite have that same experience as seeing somebody live who actually knows these games play it, and play it and conquer it. Or you could just go over and watch Mark try to get a 1-all for the 4th time in Dodonpachi. So there's that too.
Well, here's a question I have for you guys, since like I'm not like a 1cc or anything like that. Is what was it like transitioning from like, I don't know, emulators and all that stuff to like a CRT television of an actual cabinet?
Can I speak first, because I've been wanting to say this.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Unfortunately, no. This goes off your question. This trip in some ways kind of black-pilled me about some of this CRT chasing, arcade parts chasing. I kept on thinking to myself, like, man, I sure would love to just be playing these games on my Hori Fighting Commander pad back on my computer monitor, man, because this sure feels a whole lot better.
Yeah,
than what I'm doing right
they're
now.
using friggin' buttons and sticks that are designed for 8-year-olds to beat the shit out of them. Like,
So like, it's like you're feeling to yourself like, what's the deal, man?
It was funny because I wish what we could have done is after Galloping Ghost, right? Then Joel would not agree with this idea, but it would have been great. We all go to Joel's personal arcade where he's got like the perfect buttons, the perfect monitors. I mean, it's like night and day. Like his personal arcade, the monitor was like crystal clear CRT, Astro City cabinet, great Japanese lever, great buttons. It's like immaculate. So it'd be so funny to go from Galloping Ghost and then go over there and be like, oh, this is what like good arcade hardware feels like.
Well, you guys got some of you want to go to Spain and like see, like all those fancy cabs. I'm very jealous about that.
Yeah.
To see how that was like.
I told Joe one thing he could do that I saw in Spain that I never forgot is on the Mushi cab in Spain, they had a subwoofer installed and it was awesome. Like, put a subwoofer on your cabinet if you live in a non-apartment dwelling where you won't get the cops called on you, because it was awesome. Like the low end just really brought a lot to that game.
Yeah, Joel's setup is legit, and if I mean, the next time I go to Chicago, I'm gonna have to meet up with him and go over to his place again.
Yeah, I really wish that Japanese style thing was like, I don't know. It seems like California is like the only place that really does that. I know there's a place in Detroit, but they rent their cabs out when there's events, so you could go there, which I did, and then nothing was there. I don't know. Like it seems like I know arcades and definitely shmups are like this niche thing, but I don't know. I feel like maybe there could be something working with that.
Yeah.
It's almost like you got to piggyback off of like a fighting game place, because their quote unquote standards allegedly are higher. I don't know if that's the case. If they're playing fighting games in the bathroom or something, I'm not sure if that's the case. But
where else do you want them?
Where else?
Their natural home,
especially Melty Blood. Where are you going to put the
exactly.
the anime fighters? What are you talking about? Where else do you want them? I'm saying that as someone who likes anime fighters, just FYI.
That reminds me, like the Power Stone cab. I was so stoked to play Power Stone. I couldn't even see the screen on there, man. I was just bummed out by that. But you know what? Like, it wasn't all bad. There were actually some. Some of the chat on this like video is like saying like, "Hey, dude, you're not selling me on this place."
Yeah.
It's not about. This isn't a sales report for
sales
Galloping
pitch,
Ghost.
exactly,
Yeah, it was just our
exactly.
Dear Diary, basically. Dear Diary.
Actually, and now they're gonna have your picture on there now, and they're gonna be like, "Don't let this motherfucker back in here with his camera."
Yeah,
I wasn't that negative. It's all your guys' fault. I was the optimistic one in this call. I was like, considering American arcades suck overall, like it was way better than the stuff I normally go to. So
I mean, I think
that's
we're all
on you
kind of
guys.
expecting it like that, anyways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, maybe
Yeah.
for the next trip we can go to Galloping Ghost Fitness.
Oh yeah, or the Galloping Ghost Auto Shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you and Joe can have
Easy,
your
car
real showdown, your judo fight. Or
Oh
something.
yeah. We just set up the bench press. We all get down.
Yes.
Put your name on top.
Yes. High score with the bench press. Yeah, it was really funny. All the various Galloping Ghost businesses next door, like the auto shop and.
Dude, he owns half that town, man. Like I said, he's like that old guy in Chinatown. He like runs that town, man.
Right.
He can do whatever he wants.
He's the Don of the Galloping Ghost
Yeah,
region.
of Brookfield.
Okay, I had one last thing. Oh yeah, I'm thinking next year what we're gonna do. This is tentative, but I'm thinking next year what we're gonna do is, out in Colorado, there's this arcade/event place that's supposed to be. Screech is highly recommending it, and Screech, like I said, he's the second in command of running Shmup Slam. He helps me immensely with all this stuff. So I'm thinking next year the meetup would be in Colorado at this and I'll try to do it, proper and all that with the venue and all that.
And Colorado's close enough for me that I can bring the vehicle this time.
Yes, my chauffeur. You're gonna drive me to Colorado, right? You're gonna drive down to Idaho, get me, and then drive me to Colorado.
Colorado.
You know what? I might be willing to say yes to that.
We could have a great old drive together and.
Okay, that could be awesome.
Your reward is a shout out in at least two YouTube videos.
Yes, yes.
That's what I'm going for, right?
Hell yeah.
Yes, in two live streams, I will show your Guwanga
and a
gameplay.
slow kind of pan of my vehicle.
Yes, exactly. So I'm thinking that what we'll do next year is Colorado. That's tentative though, because I may call that venue and they're like, sure, for $10,000. I'm like, oh nope, nope.
Are you trying to rent it out? I'm going there tonight. I can.
I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know. The cheapest.
Well, they have
the cheapest
a
idea
streaming
possible.
setup.
Yeah, the cheapest idea possible. That kind of is good. Is sort of the idea.
And I'm not.
And the owner is going to be like, please bring all this business in, please. Yes, you can have my streaming stage.
Tell him we'll go to the bar afterward every night. We promise. Every night we will go to the bar afterward.
Now, Mark, I'm not saying you have to go here, but we found out during the event that there's also there's an arcade in Idaho that has a bunch of
I've heard about
cabs
this. I need to go visit this place. Yeah.
You need to scout that place out and see if it's worth anyone's time.
Yes, I'll do that.
So it's Exacab, so it's probably not worth anyone's time. But just be
yes,
safe.
It's like one. It's like one Exacab. He's like, done. Arcade complete.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I will go scout this out. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Well, this
But
has
man,
been really fun.
Yeah, it's been fun.
So, before we head off the stream, did anyone have anything they wanted to say they could not get word in edgewise?
EC, you got anything?
Wabby?
I mean, I just gotta say, hanging out with people that speak the same language is friggin' awesome.
Yeah,
I have a lot of friends that will watch me do an Ikaruga clear or whatever, and they're like, "Oh man, you're doing that's so awesome, it's so good," and it's and you're just like, "Dude, I fucking dropped that chain in stage 3. This isn't good. This is fucking awful, right?"
Yeah.
But it's when you're with people that understand the lingo,
Yes.
it's you're able to kind of talk in a way that's
Schmuppies.
Dude, I'm and it's just it's not even that it's it's almost this weird beneficial oh yeah, if you attack this pattern this way, this is better. You can you can divert this attack like this and make this pattern a little bit easier. You're getting feedback that is like makes sense. Whereas like you know, just like I hang out with friends that just like all they do is like play like Grand Theft Auto and stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like stuff
they
like
won't,
this. It's
they
like,
won't say like, dude, there's like a safe spot there. They won't tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. Which, by the way, I will never use. I have devoted myself to never using that safe spot.
It's your brand. You cannot go
It's my
against your
brand.
brand.
Yes,
you cannot go
I
against
can.
your brand. Absolutely
Yeah.
not. I will not allow it.
I won't allow it morally.
It reminds me of the time when I was playing a fighting game with a coworker, and I said, "Watch this meaty," and he's like, "Whoa." It's so nice. It's like, whoa, it's so nice to play against someone who knows what that is.
Oh, I thought you meant like he'd be like, dude, that's kind of harsh, man. I'm like, I'm trying to do better, and here you are saying this.
Meaty is probably a weird term to say, but
yeah. Well, true. It's also fun to like talk with other people after the event, and we're all sitting around and we're like bitching about things, and you can say, that cat spider, and everyone just goes, yeah, the fucking cat spider. You say that anywhere else, and they're like,
dude,
what are you
Cat
talking
Spider's
about?
awesome. I love Cat Spider. Cat Spider's great.
Yes, just wait.
Yeah,
just
man,
wait
milk-
till you go start milking
Just
that
milk 'em-
sucker.
Yeah, milk him for 4 cycles, man. Go for it. Go all the way.
It's
Go all the way,
stage
brah.
one of
Go all the way,
the
brah.
stage 5's phase 1 boss that I fucking.
Oh yeah, holy hell. Also the final attack, right? The final attack.
Yeah.
You know what? I've gotten so. You know what? I've put so many hours in that final attack that I don't.
I'm gonna show it
not
on
even
screen while you're talking. I'm gonna show this.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. We need to see this.
the blue version, right?
The blue version.
Do you guys want
Oh,
blue version or regular version? What do you want?
No, we want the blue. We want to see what he was experiencing.
True. Okay. Let's watch this bad boy. Okay, hold on a second. We're getting it nice on screen. There we go. Now we're getting to the final. Here it is.
Oh, it's gonna be so delayed on YouTube that.
Yes. Can you do commentary against the delay? That's the question. No.
No,
you don't have to.
Wait, well, you got to tell me where we're at, though.
Commentary on the delay. Just pretend you're playing the Switch version. And then,
Yes,
you
this
can
is
have
the
all-
Switch
you have,
version.
like, 12,
We're on the
12 seconds of delay.
We're on the final attack right now. We're on the final attack right now. I love the blue version. It's really visible and clear.
Oh, the blue version's brutal.
Hey, it's weird because when I was watching him from the side play, I didn't see these colors like this.
Well, I think he I think it's that there was no yellow and that there was red. I think it was red and blue.
When I was playing that graveyard stage, to me it was just pure blue. But I have
yeah. The graveyard stage was pure blue. The graveyard
Yeah.
stage was like such BS.
It's like Ray Crisis had the green color missing, and like green is like the dominant color of that game. So it just kind of like had this weird. It's like you're playing in a black void for most of the game, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, it's been fun, fellas. Game Boy Guru,
Yeah.
any final thoughts? I'm putting you on screen.
Yeah, I mean, it was just awesome to meet everybody and get to play some awesome games and just kind of, I don't know, nerd out for a few days.
Yeah. Talking about
Yes.
Japanese super players IRL, I've never done that in my life.
Yes. Very true.
I want to say you guys are all pretty like welcoming because like I'm pretty new to shmups. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I had kind of like the ulterior motive of like bringing my Switch so I can like X copy you guys and see like what kind of
DMJ.
stretch you guys are doing. Yeah, I was watching you guys play like trying to learn as much as I could in person.
That was
Like,
really fun.
I'm pretty new to shmups.
Yeah, but don't worry. Next time, we'll also have that Soul Calibur 2 tournament, or we'll have a Third Strike tournament, and you can kick the crap out of us in Third Strike.
Yeah,
That'll be fun.
I second that on the. I mean, you guys are really good at what you do, and easily you could have been like, you didn't 1cc anything, you're a loser, but you didn't. So I appreciate for those I did talk to in real life, and Mark, thanks for having me. Just allowing the interview and everything in general. So you guys have been pretty great.
Yeah, it's been awesome. And before we end today's stream, there's one last thing, which is a little teaser. It's a teaser for Cat Pat's interview with me, which, like I said, it looks really awesome. I feel a little bit like I don't know if I'm deserving of this sort of attention, but it is.
Mark, you threw this event. You're deserving, man.
Yeah.
I know. It's a problem we gotta get through.
You're a humble guy.
Well, my favorite part. Well, I will say though, my favorite part was when like everyone got to know each other, and I wanted like everyone to form friendships without me needing to be sort of like the anchor of things. And I really liked that. Like I loved when I'd walk by and see Para and Polrog playing a fighting game together and stuff, and I like that vibe, you know, a lot.
Well, yeah, it was awesome. Like coming into that like B&B at like 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh my god, I haven't slept in like 2 days, and I'm here. And then friggin' Screech comes down. He's like, going out for a cigarette, and I'm like, yeah, no problem, buddy. And immediately I was like, man, I'm like with like I've only met you guys like once before, but we were all in a B&B together again, and it was just
that
like
Shmup Slam. Yeah, it was like a gang initiation. You're in it for life after Shmup Slam.
Yeah,
6.
yeah. It was just like, yeah, like I know this guy. Like I feel like I've known him for 10 years. Like it was just like, all
we
right,
went to
I'll see
IHOP
this guy.
together. We went to IHOP together. It was an experience.
Basically brothers.
Screech was amazing.
Yeah, we're all getting matching tattoos next
Nice
time.
guy.
Yeah, shirts first, tattoos second.
Next matching tattoos. Okay, everyone hold tight. I'll be right back.
Oh, you forgot to talk about the pizza, man.
Okay, you talk about that. I'll be right back.
I on the pizza because
yes, you go ahead.
Because it actually is worth the hype, dude. Like everyone talks about Chicago style pizza. It's actually worth the hype, and like
Glad you agree.
like I've had supposed Chicago style pizza in Texas. It was nothing like what we ate, dude.
Yeah,
it's pretty true. Chicago pizza is fire.
We got the
glad
Rosati's
you
chain
guys-
out here, and it was way better than that.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. You know, people meme on that shit all the time, and it drives me nuts. I mean, I don't eat Chicago style all the time, but you know, it's a real special treat. So I'm glad we were able to find a place. You know, I was worried that that's one of the reasons I took over the food arrangements for the weekend, because I was worried that all these guys are like, oh, you know, Burger King is okay. There's this taco shack across the street. Oh, there's a Taco Bell down the road. That sounds pretty cool. I like Taco Bell. I'm like, holy moly! Please, for the love of God, I can't stand all these people. Imagine flying halfway across the world to go to Taco Bell, man.
I mean, forget just
couldn't do it.
Chicago. I had Serbian food for the first time. I don't know if anyone else did. If that was their first time.
Pretty
That was
much.
amazing.
That was great. I mean,
That was delish.
Each
Yeah.
one of those dishes was basically a gigantic fucking burger patty over like some bed of onions.
It was incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was delicious. It's my high recommendations. I can't pronounce the name of the restaurant. I still feel bad about that waitress that we forced to take 40 pictures of us in the pouring rain.
Yeah, it's Scadarlia.
Yeah,
It was literally
Scadarlia.
2 blocks down from the arcade, and it was
Yeah.
insane.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm
perfect-
definitely going
perfect
there again.
location.
Another
I will
restaurant
say,
shout out,
she
y'all.
took a pretty good picture. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, for how unimpressed she looked when she was like, "Oh, I have to stand in the rain in my cocktail dress and my nice hair." She took a good
Getting
picture. So
yeah.
She still looks great afterwards. So
Yeah, you should have told her that, man. But
I didn't mean it like that, but I'm glad to hear you're such a good wingman.
You come
You're
to
up
Galloping
for
Ghost
sure,
for the
man.
shmups. You come back with a wife.
Okay,
I'm
also
actually
shout out
curious,
to that,
how many
that brewery, Imperial Oak. That place rocked, and Taco
yeah,
Stop.
Imperial Oak.
Yeah.
I bought a glass from them just to, as a brewer, when you find a good brewer, you always buy a glass.
they're
Yeah,
hard
good
cider.
brewery, so you got it on your
They're hard-
shelf.
I'm a big fan of hard cider, and they had some really good hard cider at that place. Perfect for the summertime. So yeah, that gets my vote.
And shout out to Tony's, which is a breakfast place about 8 blocks down or something like that from the arcade. I went there my last night, and yeah, that was great.
And I might as well shout out that Blueberry Hill, which is where most.
No, I veto that shout out. I just wanted a shot in the coffee. What is the problem?
Well, if you're okay, shout out if you're not a raging alcoholic like Tan or Wembley.
Get him the shot.
Then you don't want to go. Then you don't want to go to Blueberry
Just got
Hill, 'cause
his
they won't
chip.
serve you. Yeah.
My grandfather used to go to Blueberry Hill all the time.
He
Yeah, it's
just
a great
got his
place.
chip. Don't bring him the shot.
Dr. Tan, I'm with you. That's BS. They didn't put a shot of Bailey's in your coffee, man.
It was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, I guess the West Coast is just a different place, man.
I didn't get aggressive enough. I should have just been like, I haven't slept in 32 hours. I just got off a plane. I just went through like international security, and all I'm asking for is 1 ounce of Bailey's.
I'm glad you didn't do that. They would have kicked you out.
Yeah, it would have been bad.
They made it respected you though, and been like, you know what? I respect it. Here you go.
Yeah.
I mean, Chicago, they like the server at the restaurant was when I'd ask for a refill, he's like, "You sure?" You know, he's kind of like, "Really? Really?"
Wasn't Imperial Oak Brewing giving you free Coke Zeros because they thought you were the DD?
Yes, yeah, at the brewery.
Wait.
At the brewery, yeah, I got.
Is that the lore?
It wasn't Coke Zero. Excuse me.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Excuse me.
My apologies.
It was RC Cola.
I drive. I don't get your beverages for you.
Yes. I need another
Okay,
helper with
they gave me a
that.
free one too. I didn't know
We
why.
had Diet RC.
Yes, RC. I was like, oh come on, really?
Hey, man.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad.
So I'm gonna do the.
All right, let's see this video, man. I'm waiting,
about to
man.
say
I'm
I need
jonesing for
permissions.
this Cat video.
What's that?
Cat Pad, I need permissions.
Okay. So I had my Google Drive specifically up just in case this
Okay,
happens.
I sent request. Request
Great.
sent. Accept my friend request.
Yeah.
Please friend
All
me.
right. Let's
Please
do it.
friend me.
Please.
You guys can continue chatting as I get friend requested and get this
All right.
file.
See if that worked.
I want to know how many slices did you guys eat?
I had.
Oh, only one. I barely hit 1.5.
Wow.
I had two, but
yeah,
I
the
felt like
lightweight's over here.
I was gonna say I had two. I felt like I could have gone for another one, but I was like, a little rude
That
of
would've
me to
been-
do that. So I just had two.
Yeah.
Alas.
I went for the third one.
That's okay.
Para.
I was a pig and I went
You're
for
the
third.
youngest. You're still
Let's
growing.
go, Para.
Para, you better PayPal me $4 right now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey,
I'm
I
really
paid
thin crust.
$16
Like,
to
You should have been on my ticket. You would have got it covered. Whoever was on my ticket was living good because they got their meals covered.
See, I tried to sit. Like I thought you were gonna sit with me, but then you did a switcheroo.
Oh man, you deserve that third piece then. You deserve that third piece.
Yeah.
Deprived of my company, you deserve that third piece. Okay, you all ready? Are you all prepared?
Oh, God, I'm shaking.
We're ready.
Okay, I am muting everything. I'm muting everyone. There's
Oh boy.
total silence, complete total silence. Here we go.
Complete and total shutdown.
On June 1st, I had the opportunity to go to the Galloping Ghost Arcade. This isn't my first visit, however, so why would I go again? Is it just such a great experience that I just have to go there? On June 1st, I had the opportunity to go to the Galloping Ghost Arcade. On June 1st, I had the opportunity to go to the Galloping Ghost Arcade. This isn't my first visit, however, so why would I go again? Is it just such a great experience that I just have to go there? Electric Underground is going to be there. So I thought, why not make a vlog-style video of my experience at the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and maybe we can sneak an interview in too. So come on this journey with me, and we can see what Mark and the Galloping Ghost Arcade is all about.
Okay, chat. One more time. I'm going to play it again, and then we'll call it good.
On June 1st, I had the opportunity to go to the Galloping Ghost Arcade. This isn't my first visit, however, so why would I go again? Is it just such a great experience that I just have to go there? Not exactly, but it turns out that Mark from the Electric Underground is going to be there. So I thought, why not make a vlog-style video of my experience at the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and maybe we can sneak an interview in too. So come on this journey with me, and we can see what Mark and the Galloping Ghost Arcade is all about.
Hello, everyone. Okay, hold on a second.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. That was sick.
Thank you.
That was cool. That was really cool. I'm excited to see it. Do you have an estimated date that people should be watching out for it?
Yeah, so I legitimately took this week off to knock out both vids. One was the Escaluda one, and this one. And I think this one's probably going to be ready by next week, hoping. But yeah, I mean, I'm really... I've been going to bed pretty late. Let's just put it that way. But the funny thing is a lot of it is us just going off tangent so much. So I might leave the tangent stuff
just
for
cut it
Patreon. Oh, I have been. It's the issue is that I still have to sift through it because it's like, okay, is this related to what we were talking about? So it's like it's a lot of stuff. So.
Yeah, I was having fun because I was like, I don't have to edit this video, so I can just ramble as much as I want. So
I really appreciate that.
Feel free to cut it.
Yeah, but then you don't know what he's gonna clip out of that.
Yeah, that's right.
That's fine.
Just make you say things. You
yes.
didn't say.
Stellar Blade is masterpiece. Best game of the year 2024. Yeah.
We need
the funny thing is
scene like that.
It seemed like every question I asked you, at some point, went back to so Stellar Blade's design was it really that great? Because it's like it didn't matter what I was asking.
You opened that door. It's on you, sir. You opened that door.
I did ask you what you thought about modern gaming, so that was the most
you
recent
opened that
thing.
door.
Yeah.
But yeah, feel free to cut it. If it's 5 minutes, it could be a 5-minute final cut. That's okay. Cut it.
Oh
no.
I think it's going to be a 20 to 30 minute by the time it's over. But so far, I'm close to 20 minutes of it being done. What's really nice is when you put when you talked about Sexy Parodius, for instance.
Yes.
I can overlay the gameplay footage, and that way I can since we're hidden, I can cut parts without it making it look us jump cutting.
YouTubing strats, yes.
So
Great
it
job.
sounds clean and it's like we said it without any hiccups.
Yes.
And I kept on saying yes all the time, so I had to try to cut that out because it was me trying to show you, yes, I'm listening.
Yeah.
But it's like, wow, hearing me saying yes 50 times really isn't that fun. So
well, I thought it was just because I was blowing your mind. You're just like, this guy's. Holy shit!
This
is
so
genius.
Stellar Blade
isn't that Mark? I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy, Mark.
He's like, oh my god, I didn't know.
well, some of it was just it was kind of a breath of fresh air with some of the things you were saying because it's either I had the same thoughts or and it's not just you that went off tangent. I went nuts too. So that's that was probably part of the issue as well. So it's
You know what
not
was
just the
also
art.
fun is your cameraman. Your cameraman was like an audience, and he would like
Yeah.
react to things I'd say. So
Yes.
it'll be interesting in the footage. You'll see me kind of like looking at the camera guy, being like, "Yeah, right." Like, yeah, we're vibing. Like I kept
he was
looking
like
at the cameraman.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like your able-bodied assistant, man.
Yes, I need to get a
But-
cameraman.
Yeah, I mean, I only refer him as that to you guys because obviously I don't want to like say his name, but
Yes.
like cameraman is friend, so he's not like cameraman to me. So he's a rad dude. So the fact that he even wanted to do this was really nice of him. So he gets as much of credit for coming out and helping out as well.
You got to
so.
put him in the credits of the video, like
Well, here's
filmography or like principal photography by cameraman.
Well, he's already in most of my videos because when I said he like supports my stuff, he is one of the top contributors on my Patreon, which feels really weird to say. I told him to don't do that, but he continues to do it anyway.
Well, that's
so
nice. That's a friend.
yeah,
right there.
yeah. No, he's going to be one of my groomsmen too. So with my wedding coming up this August.
Yes.
So,
Congrats.
Nice.
Congrats.
Yes, I
Thank you.
know.
You know,
August
you know, if you're-
31st.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be hitched.
congrats.
So if you think you're a dork for liking shmups, think again.
What
You
about
You're right.
should we have Shmup Slam 7 at the wedding? Maybe.
Yes, I'm sure she would really appreciate that. I'm sure everyone would really appreciate that.
The after
also
party.
means to all
The
the
after
ladies.
party could be Shmup Slam 7.
Yeah, well, I have one caveat of that. I do have a itinerary things that I want for my wedding or for gifts for me. So
Yes.
if anyone's willing to donate for a Vuelix arcade cabinet, you can certainly make that happen if that's the case.
You're
I'll
invited.
have a Vuelix fun. Oh hell yeah!
That's awesome.
This
Yeah, I got
one
to
goes
get me
out
one
to
of
the
those
chat.
too.
You know, if you're editing that interview, Kat, that you could probably just cut out that entire part where Mark just read his entire Patreon list.
Oh, but that's like the best part.
Yeah,
That's the core part of the interview.
That's like the best
yeah.
You know,
part.
a lot of people got my back these days. And let
DJ
me
420
talk about
praise
you.
it. Yeah.
The Boot Rex, Queen Charlene.
Yes,
The
but
fun
you,
he starts doing his own fast-paced voice, the speed-up version of his voice.
hey,
know,
don't-
Mark,
the patrons make it. If without them, you couldn't watch any videos. So
yeah, no kidding.
they
You know, Mark, I
subsidize
gotta
the entire channel.
I'm surprised that because I think you told me that it's I never really had an interview before yet, which is like really weird considering you're like, I think you're like the guy when it comes to like the hardcore stuff. So it's I've been around YouTube for like 5 years. I'm just
but
surprised
like
it didn't happen sooner.
in person tracking me down and like having a camera and stuff. I felt
okay.
I felt a little E-celebby right there. I was like, oh, this is it. I made it.
Yeah, you made it when the 1,500 sub guy wants to do an interview with you.
Yes. It's not the size of the subs; it's how you use them, Cap Hat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Is that what they
I
say? Is that what they
appreciate
say?
that.
This has been really fun, guys. All right, everyone's. I'm gonna make all of you say goodbye one by one, and then we're actually leaving. So, Cap Hat, you're first on the list, actually.
Oh crap!
All right.
We're all saying goodbye. I just got here.
All right.
Wait, whoa!
Yeah,
Did someone arrive?
Parag.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, wait
Paul
a
Rogg is in
minute!
there.
Surprise
Oh, no,
hidden
no,
guest, Paul
That's
Rogg.
cool. I got like 5 minutes before I got it.
Oh,
Actually,
hey there,
perfect.
buddy.
Okay,
Yes, allow me to introduce Paul Rugg of House Shmup. He has
Yeah, so
arrived.
do we have to like go back and be like, hey, what was your highlights and
Yes.
lowlights of
Yes,
Galloping
Paul Rogg.
Ghost, Paul Rogg?
Paul Rogg, what was your highlight of the event? And not like something super deep, but like, what was your highlight of the arcade? And then what was your low light of the arcade?
Well, lowlight's fucking easy. Giga Wing 2 was broken.
Yeah, man.
Like that was like the only.
That one was
you know,
already taken, so you gotta choose something else.
Yeah.
I can't. All right, I'll
let him
go
take
light.
it. I'll let him take it. I'll let him take it.
EC getting 2 fucking world records because my Giga Wing 2 cap was broken. There's a low lay. How about that? Fraudulent ass Twin Galaxies world record holder. Yeah, congratulations, man.
Yeah, read it and weep, bitch. Read it and weep.
It's rarefied. Yeah, it's rarefied company to be a world record holder, Paul Rogg. And we can all aspire to that one day, but
Yeah, one day.
one day.
One day you'll be on. One day you'll be on my level, dude.
One day.
okay.
All right, yeah. One day I'll go ahead and put a new monitor in a Giga Wing cap or something. I don't know. Yeah. No, yeah, highlights. Well, let's see. Okay, so not at the arcade, but honestly, the cicadas, like
highlights.
Just like
wow, the
That was a
cicadas
highlight?
are the highlight.
Yes, the cicadas were awesome.
I think it's because it's great B-roll. If you're recording an anime, you'll never need to use any sound. You can just get the cicadas real life.
Oh, they were like so loud too. Like
yeah, like a
you're
train
driving-
is constantly going off in the distance. The highlight of the
Or
the
when
event.
you're walking to the arcade and one jumps on you, that's fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was super good. They're like little baby cockroaches. They're disgusting.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
They're cute.
We're walking across that like bridge on the freeway. It's like 2 feet wide, and then there's just like cicadas like all in your path. And you can't really dodge them because you're gonna get hit by a car if you like walk like one step to the left.
Something. When the cicadas cry, something.
If it's not bullets, it's cicadas. You're getting shot by something walking on that bridge.
Yeah, but okay, arcade highlight. I don't know. I had fun playing Mission Craft, to be honest. Like everyone was kind of like beaming on that game, but then like I mean, obviously like the monitor's terrible.
I couldn't see it. Yeah, how was it? I couldn't see it.
Wasn't it also like no auto?
And the left side of the CRT on Mission Craft had collapsed too. So as you move to the left, your shit starts getting bigger.
Oh yeah, I had like geometry issues, so everything was just like wider on the left.
That's insane.
But there's like the amount of game because like there's just like a lot of stuff that I hadn't seen before. Yeah, I had like the Sonic racing game. Like that's actually legit one of my favorite games. Just like on Steam, like outside of shmups, it's just like Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform. It's like a pretty fun mixer of like arcade and like kart racing. So like seeing the cap for that was like really cool. Like
Thank you.
Yeah, just like lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, I
And,
mean,
you
you
know-
guys are a bunch of passionate people, and it's just really interesting to see all this kind of stuff. I try my best to kind of learn, the lingo and all that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you right now, I'm like, I'm definitely not at your level, but like your guys' level. But I have learned a lot more. Not, like if I didn't dig into this, I would have been just completely, like, just out of it. It's just an underappreciated genre in general.
I just want to ask you a question. You got that big date coming up, the wedding.
Yeah.
You got to celebrate. What are you gonna win CC?
It's funny you should say that. It is so funny that you said that.
Is there a wedding themed shmup?
Gosh, what would be the
Sisters Royale? That's a
there you go.
theme shmup.
Okay. So it might not actually. Well, it's kind of a shmup, but not really. I literally got on a phone call with someone before the stream because I had this idea. I've been playing a lot of Sin and Punishment, and it fucking rules.
That's a good way to celebrate.
So I think that me and him were talking about possibly now that this is out, I gotta force him to do it with me. Is that he's a pretty competitive person, in a fun way, not like fuck you, whatever. But I was thinking like, what if we both just get really good at Sin and Punishment, and then have both of us, like I could record both of us either live stream or off camera, and like then we can like make a video out of that, the process of learning and stuff like that, sort of like docu style.
That'd
and
be
I think
fun.
it would be a lot of fun because I think it's like it's one of those games where you could 1cc, and like even me going through it and losing a couple lives, it's just like this is I feel like this is an easy 1cc. Yeah.
What mode are you playing? What mode are you playing?
Are you asking because the game is default on easy?
Yes.
And you don't really notice that? Yeah,
Yes.
I caught that. After I beat it on easy, I'm like, that was weird. And then I was like, at normal, I'm like, oh, okay. Because I've seen normal gameplay. They do more moves.
Yes.
They do different moves.
Yeah.
So, but then I went back at normal, and I think I went through it my first try going through normal. I at least got to like halfway through without dying. So I was like, yeah, I can do this easily.
Nice.
So, it's. I think that's going to be the one.
That'd be awesome. That's a great one.
Yep.
Paul, do you have anything to say since you've joined so late? Any words that have been brewing in your heart that you want to share before we end the stream?
Not really. Toho FTF3 just got announced today. Finally, after like 15 years of being in development hell.
Yeah, you were playing Lunatic at the Airbnb, weren't you? Of one?
Wait, what did I? No, I played Phantasm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do want to learn like Lunatic scoring at some point. That'd be fun. It's just like it's like a 15-minute run when you have like all the milking. So
yeah. Alrighty. Up next on the list to say goodbye is EC. He shuffled the order of Discord is shuffling around, so EC is now next.
EC, the Discord is now revolving around me. Thank you very much, Mark, for hosting this event, for getting all of us geeks, dorks, dweebs, and losers together. We all had a fun time. I had a fun time. I enjoyed hanging out with all y'all. And hopefully I've somehow been part of every single Shmup
Yes.
Slam slash now
Yes.
this quasi Shmup Slam. So hopefully I can be part of the next one if things swing my way.
That'd be
So,
awesome.
Until next time. Everyone, go play a Taito game or Giggling 2. That's my message to all of you in the chat.
Nice. All right, up next, Visibly Shaken.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun going there, seeing everybody, just seeing all the players in the flesh, especially EC. We've been talking to him for a long time.
And he's not British. Were you shocked?
Well, I expected him to look like Columbo because he uses a lot of Columbo gifts, but yeah, it was really wholesome meeting everyone, and I just had a lot of fun, so it was great.
Awesome. Eric, you're next.
Yeah, it was really great to just meet up with everyone and play a bunch of games and have a vacation. And thank you, Mark, for hosting the event.
That was fun.
Look forward to the next time.
Yeah, maybe in Colorado. That's what we're thinking. All right, Guru, you're next.
Yeah, just again, thank you for hosting the event.
You guys don't have to thank me, by the way. This is not like a requirement. You guys thank me at the end. Just
grateful.
say whatever you guys want to say.
Well, now we need to start going backwards.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
People can take back their thank you.
You don't need to insult me. You don't have to thank me. That's all I'm saying. You don't have to thank me. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not doing this interview anymore. It's done. Sorry.
Yeah. No,
Lost in the archives.
It was a great excuse to get to Galloping Ghost again and to actually spend time there, because the first time was, just a couple of hours, and so it is not nearly enough time. And even the 3 solid days that I was there, it wasn't enough time. And so thank you for organizing the event and giving me an excuse to take a few days off work and stop hoarding my time off, and just get out and meet some fellow shmuppers. It's awesome to get together with a group, and of course you see all these people online, and it's great to sort of actually meet folks and see how down to earth and just cool everybody is. And so it was a really good time.
Hell yeah. All right, Tan, you're next.
All right. Well, I'm still gonna do the shout out. Mark, thank you, putting it all together.
Awesome.
I'm a little sad that I didn't actually know that there was even a thing called Shmup Slam until Shmup Slam 6. This whole time I've just been playing against and with invisible people this whole time. So it's just been awesome to start meeting guys like you and Paul Rogg and all these guys, and just see the people that you're playing with. You know, like as a single player game, but it's not single player. You're still like competing in a way, and finally being able to like hang out with everyone. It's just been an eye-opening experience. So it's been great. So thanks for putting all this together, man.
Awesome. Well said. Wabby, you're next.
Yeah, just like everyone else said, it was great to see everyone in the flesh. This was actually like my first vacation in 5 years where I
Damn.
And I couldn't think of a better way to spend it.
That's a high bar. That's a high bar.
Maybe I have just low expectations. I don't
Okay,
know,
I'll
but
take that. I'll take that. That's fine.
It was a blast, and it was a great trip, and everyone watching too. Thanks for listening to us geek out for a little bit.
Yes. I wanted to do this too as like a kind of closure for the event, because like I said, we all had to like run to planes so fast. We didn't get that last night of like just vibing. So I thought this would be kind of a fun way to do that too. Alrighty, Drake, you're next.
Thanks. I'm saying it. I don't care. No, I had a great time. I just wanted to mention that janky Batman game.
Oh yeah, I showed footage of that.
That was just janky.
I credit fed my way through that piece of crap.
Yeah, I gave up after a while because I was just like, this is too lame. But it was not as bad as Batman Returns for the Lynx, but it was close.
Yeah, that's a crazy game. All right, Para, you're next.
Me.
Parasocial.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Oh, it's me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. Screw Mark. I'm seeing it in
The Soul
I'm
Calibur 2
seeing it in the
matches, you're like
screenshot.
just remembering those.
Oh yeah. You tried to ring me out. You're a cheater in Soul Calibur. I'm seeing it in the stream chat that there are allegations that you like drop kicked someone or something like that. I don't know, but this Mark guy sounds like a total asshole.
Careful,
No,
man.
but-
He's gonna 13-0 you in a first to 10.
Well, in Third Strike,
No,
though, we came out. I say we can come out on even ground because I got him Soul Calibur, but he destroyed me in Third Strike. So.
Well, I think I got some good hits in Soul Calibur.
Yes, it was close. I was like sweating. It wasn't like I was. Yeah, no. It was close.
And I was rusty. I haven't played that game in forever.
Yes.
But yeah,
you
it
weren't
was a
prepared
pretty
for the
awesome
Taki mirror
time.
match either. Taki v Taki. That gets crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But I was actually planning on going to Galloping Ghost this year, like just on my own, and then I saw the YouTube video that you said like you're gonna plan a meetup, and so this is really awesome. This is like this really good opportunity to actually, you know, have a reason to go and not just be like a loser by myself. So yeah, this is pretty cool. It was a great experience meeting all you guys. And yeah, thanks.
That was awesome meeting you. Alrighty, up next
Yeah,
is here. Yeah, and we'll have to play some more Soul Calibur. Maybe even resort to Dolphin, or it might be on. Is Soul Calibur 2 on Fightcade now, or not yet?
I don't think so, but yeah, we'll have to play on Dolphin or Parsec.
Yes, Dolphin is pretty good. I used to play Soul Calibur 2 on Dolphin. It's actually pretty good. So we'll do that. All right, up next is Hero Death. How's it going, Hero?
Yeah, it was just overall awesome experience. There's like nothing for arcades in like where I live at all. So it was really nice being able to go play all the games I play at home on official hardware. That's like super old. So yeah, it was awesome. Thanks for organizing it.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Alrighty, KZ, you're the final countdown.
Oh dang. I don't know what I can say that hasn't been said already. It was like, you know, the event was fun as hell. Got to meet all the awesome people. Yeah, what else is there to say?
They didn't have Ketsui, and that's an outrage.
Whatever. I've been to I went to MagFest like not this year, but like a year ago, and they didn't have it, and I still had fun.
Okay. Ketsui not required. Ketsui.
Well, I haven't like practiced full runs in a while yet, so I don't really mind. I was gonna you guys would be disappointed in how poorly I play, anyways.
Well, you've been grinding the scoring of that game for a long time, though.
Yeah, you guys would still be disappointed.
Alrighty, everyone. That was a really fun time. I had a lot of fun. Alrighty, chat. Shout outs to you all. Shout outs to everyone who's tuning in, either on chat or on the VOD. This has been really fun. And I would okay, here's the real thanks. I would like the real thanks of everyone actually coming to my crazy idea, because I was perfectly prepared to show up to Galloping Ghost, just me, and just be like, all right, I'll just play at the arcade. I was 100% prepared for that. So the fact that so many people came out and hung out was really cool, and I really needed it. There's Stellar Blades and angry coworkers. I was like, I need to get the hell out of here, and I need to get back in the arcade. So it was a really rejuvenating trip for me, despite 3 a.m. flights out of O'Hare Airport. It was still, I really needed it. So I had a ton of fun, and it's like I needed that year of just vibing and hanging out, so that when Shmup Slam 7 comes around, I'll be like, remember how fun it was to hang out with people, so that'd be really cool. Alrighty, adios, everyone. See ya.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
Adios.
Adios, everyone.